Morgan County football back in action tonight here at Don McKenzie Field on campus of Morgan County High School. The 2026 Morgan County Cougars take the field tonight versus the Lewis County Lions from Vanceburg. And tonight, pregame show highlighted my color analyst over here, the former quarterback from Morgan County High School, Perry Allen. And we're being joined by Morgan County Athletic Director Braxton. And I tell you what, Braxton Howard, you've got a lot on your plate right now. There's a lot going on. Give us some updates and just generally what it's like being an athletic director at the beginning of the athletic season.
Yeah, so Julian Tackett, the commissioner of the KHSAA, always says that the fall is the 12-week march of death. There's so many sports going on right as school's getting started. We're about 3 weeks into it so far. For our team sports, golf's been going since about July 15th. No, I'm not just going to say this because his dad's filming us, but they had a big loss with Braden Mays going to UPAC. So, you know, Blake, they're trying to gear up for postseason starting in September. So, but everybody else is still just now getting started. Volleyball, they've had 4 or 5 games, already have a couple wins. They're competing in the All-A tournament tomorrow. Soccer, girls soccer just finished as runner-up in the All-A for soccer. Lost to Menifee there. Boys soccer's been successful so far to start the year. So, obviously football, hopefully we're going to get a win tonight. So there's just a lot going on, a lot of sports. Cross country competes tomorrow as well. We just found out that we're going to be hosting 3 cross country regions here this year on the same day, so we're trying to prepare for that. So yeah, it's a busy time right now.
I want to ask Braxton another question here about preparation of athletic events and event management, and then after that, Perry Allen take over and ask you a couple questions. But for the people watching back home, go through what it's like on a Friday prep for a high school football game of what all you have to do. A lot of people don't realize there's a whole lot of behind the scenes that you've got to do.
So prep for a Friday night football game usually starts on Monday. On every Sunday night, I send out a detailed email to the teams that we're playing, the coach, the AD, the principal, the transportation director of that school, just kind of breaking down where they're going to change at, where they're going to park at, what they can expect when they get here. Send an email to the officials for the game, kind of detailing where they'll be changing at, what they can expect, if our halftime's going to be extended, whatever the case may be. Then after that, it's just kind of, I've got a 3-page checklist that I kind of go through and every day try to mark some stuff off, from stocking coolers in the concession stand, making sure we have enough candy bars to feed everybody. Then from there, we kind of move up, print all the media stuff for the people in the press box, stock the coolers for the media, and then just making sure that everything is checked off, and then you always show up on Friday and you've forgotten something.
Right. And I tell you what, there's a whole lot to it that people don't know behind the scenes. But one little thing he said about the concession stand, they've had a fish fry here tonight. And I understand that this fish box that Larry Lewis has prepared, Kelly Bowman was back there, for only $5 for fans. It's the most amazing fish ever, and I like to do fish fries myself, claim I make pretty good fish. Theirs is better than mine. So if you're not doing anything tonight, you want to come and have a really good dinner, come by and just get the fish. It's unbelievable. Would you agree?
Yeah, it's obviously this is the Don McKenzie Kickoff Classic, so when you're honoring Don, you have to have some fish sandwiches. And yeah. I said up there, it's Don McKenzie prices because you get a whole box of food for $5.
You can't beat a Don McKenzie prices on Don McKenzie night. Perry, I'll hand it over to you.
Thanks, Chris. Thanks, Braxton. That's one thing I was going to mention, how perfect Don McKenzie Field, Don McKenzie Stadium, the bridge leading in, and fried fish. One question I have, Chris mentioned the box of fried fish. So I got here and he said, Perry, there's you a box of fried fish. And my box had about 1 piece in it. Do most of the boxes come with more than one?
I think they come with a little more.
Okay.
And he was trying to claim that he paid for that for you, but I think you got it for free.
So I've already paid Chris for my box, plus he ate more than 2/3 of my fish tonight. But I did enjoy the 1 piece.
We're going to start with the brawl over the fish, to get it started. It's fantastic.
We got the cheerleaders here behind us, and part of Braxton's obvious responsibility and care also, and they'll join us as we go tonight too here on the Sideline Show. Braxton, approximately how many athletes do you have involved in everything from band to football tonight and all in between?
So on our overall athletic roster on Arbiter that we have to input every kid that's on our roster, right now we have 212 kids. We're down. We have around 500 kids in the school now, so we're a little less than 50% of our kids participating in some sport, whether that's a team sport, golf, archery, bass fishing, whatever it may be. So around 212, and we've actually added a couple more this week. So.
Well, that's great. That's great. Nearly 50%, or close, 40-some% anyway, the kids, participating. And I would think that's a pretty good standard there. But obviously the sports, number of sports has changed, obviously, since I graduated. And you graduated in
2014.
2014. So how many more sports are there now since 14?
Well, so I believe from 2010 until now, I think in 2010 there was 10, and we're up to 21, I believe. Now that's counting like boys and girls track as 2 teams, boys and girls country is 2 teams, but yeah, 21 total teams or activities.
Is that starting to spread too thin for the number of kids that we have that want to participate, or is that about the number you all want?
Well, so every school district in the state of Kentucky is experiencing a population decline, enrollment decline. With that comes, it gets harder to field 21 teams. That's one of the things that we really stressed this year in the preseason coaches meeting is we're going to have to share athletes. Our volleyball and soccer, for example, they've got 3 or 4 girls that are leaving volleyball practice to go play in a soccer game. The other night, we changed the time of our volleyball game to where varsity played first to let them try to participate in both. So that's just sacrifices that are going to have to be made now because as the population continues to decline, you don't want to cut any sports, so you're just going to have to share athletes.
Well, the kids, obviously, what we talked about earlier is what's most important, and making it where they can have access to all the opportunities that you're all giving them. And I don't think any of them, along with the parents and the school system, will regret that once they get out of school, graduate, and move on.
Yeah, and, the KHSAA just recently announced they're going to start sponsoring flag football as a sanctioned sport, pickleball as a sanctioned sport, and that's stuff that you would like to be able to look into to add. Now, every 2 years we do a Title IX survey where we give a survey to every kid in the school, ask them what they're interested in, if they would like to see sports added. We've not gotten close to the number that we need to be able to add any sports recently. Maybe that changes. That would also create a challenge of we're already sharing athletes. What's it going to look like when we add maybe boys volleyball, whatever the case may be. But the more opportunities the kids have to participate in something, and football's not for everybody. Maybe pickleball would be, or boys volleyball, whatever the case may be. That's not a negative. If the more opportunities the kids have.
No question. So you've done this job for a while now, and Chris done this job at one stage many years ago. Probably had 5 sports all he was responsible for.
What's less responsible than what he's done?
Oh, it's all pretty much the same. Number of kids probably the same, but the sports were a little less. But what do you enjoy most about that part of your job?
Well, so the thing you enjoy the most and the thing that becomes the biggest grind is just being at games every night and getting to see the kids compete and what they love to do pretty much every night of the week. It becomes a grind, and you're sometimes you're tired at the end of the week, but when you get out and you see them competing, and last night we were at the middle school girls basketball game and they got a big win and they're all pumped up. I mean, that's the best part.
No question. You think back as you and Chris and myself, and we have Rick Barker over here also, and all of us played sports, and it was something fun, and being able to go to school like Morgan County that offered those opportunities and now even offers more opportunities. It's great to see. Chris, anything before we wrap up here?
Yeah, one last question. One of the most difficult jobs that an athletic administrator has is dealing with a lot of changes. And we see it filtered down at the college level, the transfer portal, the NIL, et cetera. And, boy, has that really transferred down to the high school ranks. I was asking you a little bit, off camera, behind the scenes, what are we going to see going down the road with the athletic transfers? Because we know it is very difficult to navigate, especially with the current rules. Do you foresee any changes on the horizon?
Yeah, so, sports always trickle down from the professionals, then to the college ranks, then it gets down to the high school, and obviously the transfer portal is chaos at the college level, and it's trickling down to the high school. I do believe in September at the annual meeting of all the schools, where every school goes and we have a KHSAA meeting and we vote on things, there's going to be 2 bylaw 6 proposal changes, which is the transfer rule. that I think you're going to see some type of change. Obviously, a change was just made last year where if you play in less than 20% as a freshman, you can transfer and be eligible immediately. Right. I think that's going to become probably more liberal, more lenient, and we'll see what happens from there.
Okay. Braxton Howard, Morgan County Athletic Director. Not only that, he's also been the 16th Region Athletic Director of the Year, so he has a lot of accolades as an athletic administrator at Morgan County High School. Braxton, thanks for your time. You do a wonderful job with everything. We'll take a short break. When we come back, we'll interview head coach Polo Easterling. You are watching Cougar Football on Spree TV.
At Commercial Bank, banking has always been more than transactions. It's about people, relationships, and helping our community grow. Whether you're cashing a check, making a deposit, or opening your first account, we're here to make every visit easy and welcoming. Buying your first home is a big step. Starting a business, purchasing a vehicle, planning for your future, whatever your goals are, we'll take the time to find the lending solution that's right for you. We're local. We understand what matters most to our neighbors.
Hello, I am Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. Our greatest investment isn't in our buildings or technology, it's in people. Our team is dedicated to earning your trust through exceptional service, sound financial guidance, and genuine relationships that last for generations.
Hello, I'm Angie Howard Gillum, President of Commercial Bank. Every decision we make starts with one question. How can we better serve our customers and our community? That's the commitment we bring to work every single day.
Hi, I'm Grace Stevens. I look forward to serving you.
Hi, I'm Chris Trusty, and much like our area schools, Commercial Bank strives for excellence on and off the playing fields. Come in and let our bank team up with you.
I am Jonathan Campbell, and I'm here to serve you for all your banking and lending needs.
Hi, I'm Randa Patrick.
Hi, I'm Brad LeMaster, and we here at Commercial Bank treat all of our customers just like family.
Hello, my name is Patty Gibson. I'm Senior Vice President of Commercial Bank. We are here to serve you, and I am so excited to do so.
We are here to help. We're here to listen.
We're here to serve. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
About 40 minutes away from kickoff, we've got head football coach Mark Polo Easterling joining us for the pregame show. Coach Easterling, it's another beginning of the season. It's another Don McKenzie Classic. Lewis County Lions coming to town. Tell us a little bit about how excited you are to always put on your best for the Don McKenzie Classic.
Oh, man, I don't think it takes much talk to get fired up for Don. And that's something that we've talked about with the team this week. If you can't look over there across the 50 on that scoreboard and your blood bubble a little bit and you're not near as tired as you think you are, that's what it's about. That's what it's about. He's done that every single day, rain, shine, snow. Don was here working. So tonight we're going to honor him the best way we can and come out here and go to work.
There's so many people around the region that knew who Don McKenzie was, especially the Lewis County Lions. A lot of people from Vanceburg. Corky Prater, a quarterback up there, played some golf with Corky. Joe Hampton, longtime basketball coach. Anybody involved with Lewis County sports over the years, they knew who Don McKenzie was, either through football, basketball, or especially softball. Yeah. What would you talk about his impact on other people, not just here, but everywhere across the region?
Not only across the region, but this state and other states. I remember as well as you, when we would go play softball for Don and be in a different state in Tennessee or somewhere, you wouldn't get through the parking lot and be like, "Hey, Don, how's it going, buddy?" Right. "Hey, old pal." So he's world-renowned, known. And I'm truly blessed to be able all those years spend so much time with him, as all of us, and it's just an honor and a blessing just to get out here. We always have the chair here ready. Don's chair is always at every game that I'm coach of, and we're going to honor him the right way tonight by working hard and doing the little things right when everybody don't see what you're doing. That's Don to a T. So that's our mantra going into tonight, and I'm going to kick it off right now, T.
You're ready to go.
I'm ready.
Hey, real quick, I know you got to get back to your team. Perry's going to have a question or two for you. Cheerleaders are behind us. They're going to give us a good promo once you walk away. They're excited about tonight in the Don McKenzie Classic. Real quick, though, give me your keys to victory.
We can't turn the ball over. We got to have ball control and stay in front of the chains and don't get beat deep. We do those three things, we're going to be a very happy team coming off the field. But number one, first and foremost, we've got to keep the ball off the carpet. We've got to control it. No stupid penalties. We don't need second 20s, third and 15s. We got to be crisp, and our DBs have to understand what they're here to do, and that's to stay deep.
There you go, Perry.
Okay, thanks, Chris. Thanks, Coach. Always good to be back here on the banks of the Caney Creek, and cheerleaders again right here and ready to be on TV too.
I'm their biggest fan. They do a great job for us.
So, what'd you learn from last week? Hard fought game up at East Ridge in Pike County.
I learned we had a couple guys playing out position, and we've kind of moved some guys around on the defensive front and on the offensive front. Our blocking schemes wasn't coming off like we wanted to, but they were giving us different looks with sliding their fronts, played a lot of over fronts, come in with some even, kind of confused some of our younger guys. So we went back to basics and going to see a lot of double team duo action instead of just one-on-one blocks and trying to get in space. So it was a good learning curve for us, a very physical East Ridge team. So we learned a lot. Now we just got to go out here and apply it.
Well, I could tell from what I read, it was a close game, really hard fought game, there. So, this used to be in the 70s a big rivalry. Lewis County, Corky Prater was quarterback there. Mort Bertram was a wide receiver there. Went on to become a doctor. My older brother Hank, a lot of those guys played on those teams. Rick Barker, that's over here. So let's go get them tonight and kick some butt and send Lewis County back on a long bus ride along Cranston and Round County.
I think the goal for tonight is have Don McKenzie smiling with Dolly Parton on his side.
Perfect.
Absolutely. Go Cougars.
See you. Good luck, Coach.
Hey,
thank you.
Thank you.
And
you are watching Cougar Football on Green TV. Go Blue!
At Bank of the Mountains, we believe banking should be personal, convenient, and built around the communities we serve. As a locally owned bank, we are committed to providing reliable, friendly service. In fact, we believe you don't have to be one of the big banks to have a big impact. At Bank of the Mountains, we work hard to provide our customers with the financial tools they need to be successful. From helping families secure their own home to offering deposit products that fit your needs to providing our customers with the latest mobile banking features, we strive to keep an eye on the future while maintaining the same dependable service our customers have come to expect.
Hi, I'm Jody Stacy, President of Bank of the Mountains. We are proud to offer the personal service of the community bank along with all the modern financial tools that make managing your finances easier than ever. At Bank of the Mountains, we are committed to making banking simple, convenient, and local because our community deserves nothing less.
Bank of the Mountains. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We are back here at Don McKenzie Field, Morgan County High School. We have a very special guest with us tonight to interview, and that is from the 1973 Morgan County football team that was really good. You're going to hear a lot of that this season, but we also have the voice of the Morgan County Cougars on his YouTube channel. You can hear him tonight. Rick Barker. Rick, what a pleasure it is having you. You've taught me so many things about media, about interviewing, and about sports, and about this side of being on a microphone. It's just so special to be here. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And you know I had to fight you tooth and nail, buddy, to get you to come aboard. I knew once I got talking to you, you needed to be in media. I mean, actually, I didn't think you had the face for TV, though. But now,
I don't have the voice either. But, Rick, over 50 years, this is what makes 51 years?
51.
51 years of covering Cougar sports. But more importantly, a lot of people don't know you was on the 1973 Morgan County Blue Devil team, not Cougars yet. But they were the Blue Devils, and they were a special football team, and we're going to be honoring that team on September the 18th versus Pineville here at Morgan County. We want everybody to come out for that. Tell me a little bit about that season, about your teammates. How special was that 1973 team?
It was awesome. I mean, I'm not just talking about the win-loss record, 8-3. I'm talking about the camaraderie, and we still have that bond. I mean, we do. Coach Reed came in from a 4-6 season. My junior year, we went 6-4, and he just kind of brought us together. Is basically what he done, and we played for each other, and we played for him as well. But Yeah, we were. I think we gave up 69 points the whole season on defense. You correct me. I know you know.
69's correct.
Yes. Okay. And we was number one in the state in defense, and I believe we scored 273 points. How far off am I, Chris?
You're right on it.
Okay. And we were number 2 in offense in the state, but did not go to the playoffs. You know, that was heartbreaking. I mean, not going to the playoffs after having that type of season. Back then, they took one team, you know, and we lost. You know, we lost for 7. We didn't get to go. You know, there's a lot of things I remember about that season. I hope I'm not negative. I remember the losses more than I do the wins. We lost to Greenup County. Time running out, getting low. We was down low. Hank Allen called it was a triple option right. It was called a 32 option.
Yeah.
And Hobo, the late great Hobo.
Hobo Jackson.
Yeah, Mark, he took the fake up the middle. Mark ran like he had the ball when he didn't have the ball. And that's what made that option work.
Right.
Hank pulled it, went down the side, and seen an opening and was standing in the end zone. They blowed the ball dead at contact at the line of scrimmage where Mark was hit at. So that took our points off the board. We ended up losing that game.
Well, another loss, and you guys played a ranked Mount Sterling High School, lost on a field goal 10-8. Talk about how good they were, too.
Oh, they were awesome. Hawkins and Cunningham went to play for UK, and I believe it was Hawkins that lined up for a 42-yard field goal. And we was in the huddle, and I can remember Greg Wingo saying he was the captain, defensive captain. And we really, really respected the late great Greg Wingo. And he said, guys, they're not going to kick that. They are not going to kick that field goal. He said, Barker, you outside contain. Don't pinch in like I should have. You know, try to block, outside contain, and then give directions. And that's what we done. We all agreed to that. He kicked it. He split it. And I tell you what, he kicked it toward the radio station. You know, it's just like yesterday. Just like
Tootie Cunningham.
Tootie Cunningham, Mount Sterling High School, before it became Montgomery County High School. Better served to ask some really good questions with you, Rick, about the 73 team is going to be Perry Allen, who I'm going to turn it over to and continue this conversation about this 73 Blue Devil football team.
Blue Devils, yeah.
Thanks, Chris.
Last Blue Devils, you know?
Yeah, no question. I was fortunate to be around the program, not just through Hank, but to be a manager on the team, just any way to be a part of it. And these guys allowed me to ride along. But, you know, you're talking about Tootie Cunningham and Robert Hawkins, and Robert went on to play 4 or 5 years at UK. I can't remember if he redshirted, but one of the fastest running backs on the team at UK, and that was in time with Derek Ramsey and Art Steele, and I mean, played on some daggone super teams there too. And that was the old Mount Sterling City School.
Yes.
Not Montgomery County before they consolidated. So Rick, I know how you feel about the losses. It's kind of those, you know, one more plays and those kind of things. Right. But, you know, there was 8-3, right?
Exactly.
8-3, 11 games, you know, back in those days versus the 10. So the first game of the season, if I'm thinking right, was maybe up at Wheelwright.
Yep.
Is that correct?
100%.
Tell a little bit about
story here.
Well, Wheelwright was, you know, old Co-Town team that was still tough and strong and good like they used to be.
They were country strong, buddy. They were country strong. They had a running back, fullback. Mike Armour was their fullback.
That name now.
Mike Armour went on to play at UK. We played a lot against a lot of UK guys, you know, when we played. And hitting Mike Armour, I hit Cunningham and Hawkins, right? Mike Armour, man, he make them feel like a little pups. A freshman hitting you. You know, this guy was just awesome.
A freshman by classification.
Yeah. I mean,
ages weren't followed as hardly as
exactly. But anyway, he's a great guy. After you run over you, he would pick you up, you know. But we beat them our junior year at home. We went to Wheelwright our senior year and beat them again there. And Ashland Independent, which, you know, I'm not going to say nothing bad about them, but they always had everybody else picked over us. But that's okay. But anyhow, we went up there and beat them there. Well, right after the game, Coach Reed started hollering, "Put your helmets on, put your helmets on." I thought we were going to go back for some more. So about that time, here come a big bottle, son, right at you. We put our helmets on, and we was getting pounded in the head with rocks. We get almost to the bus, and the fans was like jumping the coaching staff and everybody. And, I mean, they were swinging and going at it. And the late, great Terry Reisner and Johnny Tate.
Two real good high school running backs for Morgan County that played in the late 60s, early 70s, played on teams that just weren't very good, but very good athletes, running backs, tough.
The only thing that was wrong with them teams, Perry, they didn't have the closeness. The gathering between them like we had in 73. I can't explain it. You know, I went to a class reunion, and it was like meeting the guys in the hallway at high school. You know, me and Randy Reisner, we try to go down once a month, depending, with Coach Reed and have lunch. But it was just the closeness that we had, you know.
So Rick, get back to the school bus a little bit.
Okay.
Didn't they start rocking? They started throwing rocks at it and also rocking it back and forth as went out the little area off the end of the field over a little culvert.
Right.
Recall.
Yeah. They was trying to rock.
Now, I was a lot younger than Rick. In my memory, I was just a kid. I don't remember everything.
Yeah, he was. Perry took good care of us. I can remember going to Lewis County.
Rick, I remember that.
Yeah.
You got.
Yeah.
You got what?
You got hurt. I got hurt at Lewis County, and Rick and I spent the second half in the gymnasium, I think. Locker room. Oh yeah. I had to miss the second half to watch you take.
Exactly.
But at least we weren't out there in the rain.
No, we wasn't in the rain. It's the first game I played ever since 6th, 7th, 8th grade. First time I ever had to leave a game because of an injury. My senior year, I played with a cracked ankle, and you know Dr. Bellamy, good fella. So he said, your ankle's cracked. And I said, just sprained, ain't it, Doc? He said, yeah, probably. We can wrap it up. You'll be all right. So I played the half of my senior year with a crack in my ankle bone. But that's the first time that I ever had to leave the game because of an injury. Yeah.
That's a tough place to play. It was down in a pit over on the creek over in Lewis County, Vanceburg, and they've got a much better facility now, too. Nothing like ours, but a much better facility
and
now.
We played in the Fog Bowl down there. Yeah, we did, right on the river. Yeah, we sure did.
Well, do you remember stopping at Jimbo's Restaurant on the way back, coming through Moorhead for dinner? Dinner was arranged for the team, you know, thinking it was going to be a big win, and it wasn't, so there was a lot of anger.
I heard the team wasn't allowed to eat once they got there.
That's right.
Is that true?
That's true.
Coach Reed pulled you guys out of there.
He pulled out, but partly because of a little bit of music being played at Jimbo's. There are a lot of people watching tonight have eaten at Jimbo's over time when it was still open.
I think it's still vacuum cleaners there now.
Yeah, quite a burger joint, Jim and Juanita Thacker. But they had jukeboxes at each table back in those days. And I think, Rick, we're going to wait before we truly disclose who pushed the button to start the music and the song about rain that night. And, you know, one of the things I find interesting, it seems like the more the years go now, at first nobody wanted to say who did it.
No.
They were scared, but now everybody's wanting to claim they were the one now.
Exactly. All but Randy Reiser, and he had to be the one to do it. Because I didn't do it. When we have lunch with Coach, we always talk about that. I didn't do it. Well, you know he did if he kept denying it, you know.
Chris, you want to wrap us up here with Rick the Rock Marker?
I tell you what.
Let him tell the name of the song. It was Pouring the Rain, Cats and Dogs, wasn't it, Perry?
It was.
Awful. Somebody decide who will stop the rain to play that on that jukebox.
And that's when Coach went off.
Oh, he went off. Maddest I ever seen, Perry. Maddest. And, I mean, I can remember the time when I was always cut down the second string. I was always doing something. And so I was cut down the second string, and Hank back there laughing at me and stuff. I said, well, you don't hit Hank Allen. You understand what I'm talking about? So I come through the line, and I hit him pretty hard. And I was cut down to third string and had to do grass drills, 100 yards.
I heard Terry Likens did the same thing.
Oh, yeah. But anyway, you know, me and we're tight. We're all tied. We really are.
Well, the teammates, you guys are all going to get a chance, the ones that can, to come back here on September the 18th, and we're going to have 1973 Morgan County Blue Devil Night. We're going to have a reception at Commercial Bank. I think prior to that, we're going to be able to interview the entire team here, and also at halftime, they're going to honor you guys. I talked to Steve O'Connor today and about it, invited him. I know Greg Phillips is a big part of behind this, a great running back that Perry is going to talk about tonight at a great deal. Of course, Hank Allen at quarterback. You had a great offensive line, Mark Hobo Jackson. The list goes on, and so many, Gerald Emmix, so many of those guys. So any of the family members off that team, please show up, be here that night so we can honor them and talk about the great things from that 73 team.
Thank you, Chris. I've enjoyed it.
Well, this has been a lot of fun. We're about 23 minutes away from kickoff. We better let Rick get back to his duties. And when we come back on the other side of the break, Perry and I will talk more about tonight's matchup between the Morgan County Cougars and Lewis County Lions. You're watching Cougar Football on Spree TV.
At Juniper Health, great care begins with people you know, familiar faces, rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. We are nationally recognized. We provide award-winning care right here in your backyard. We're on your roads, in your schools, at your front door. This is our home too. Juniper Health, world-class care, hometown heart.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You know, you call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At Commercial Bank, banking has always been more than transactions. It's about people, relationships, and helping our community grow. Whether you're cashing a check, making a deposit, or opening your first account, we're here to make every visit easy and welcoming. Buying your first home is a big step. Starting a business, purchasing a vehicle, planning for your future, whatever your goals are, we'll take the time to find the lending solution that's right for you. We're local. We understand what matters most to our neighbors.
Hello, I am Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. Our greatest investment isn't in our buildings or technology, it's in people. Our team is dedicated to earning your trust through exceptional service, sound financial guidance, and genuine relationships that last for generations.
Hello, I'm Angie Howard Gillen, President of Commercial Bank. Every decision we make starts with one question. How can we better serve our customers and our community? That's the commitment we bring to work every single day.
Hi, I'm Grace Stevens. I look forward to serving you.
Hi, I'm Chris Trusting, and much like our area schools, Commercial Bank strives for excellence on and off the playing fields. Come in and let our bank team up with you.
I am Jonathan Campbell. I'm here to serve you for all your banking and lending needs.
Hi, I'm Randa Patrick.
Hi, I'm Brad LeMaster, and we here at Commercial Bank treat all our customers just like family.
Hello, my name is Patty Gibson. I'm Senior Vice President of Commercial Bank. We are here to serve you, and I am so excited to do so.
We are here to help. We're here to listen.
We're here to serve. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Bank of the Mountains, we believe banking should be personal, convenient, and built around the communities we serve. As a locally owned bank, we are committed to providing reliable, friendly service. In fact, we believe you don't have to be one of the big banks to have a big impact. At Bank of the Mountains, we work hard to provide our customers with the financial tools they need to be successful. From helping families secure their own home to offering deposit products that fit your needs to providing our customers with the latest mobile banking features, we strive to keep an eye on the future while maintaining the same dependable service our customers have come to expect.
Hi, I'm Jody Stacy, President of Bank of the Mountains. We are proud to offer the personal service of the community bank along with all the modern financial tools that make managing your finances easier than ever. At Bank of the Mountains, we are committed to making banking simple, convenient, and local because our community deserves nothing less.
Bank of the Mountains. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You know, you call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At Juniper Health, great care begins with people you know, familiar faces. Rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, we are nationally recognized. We provide award-winning care right here in your backyard. We're on your roads, in your schools, at your front door. This is our home too. Juniper Health, world-class care, hometown heart.
At Commercial Bank, banking has always been more than transactions. It's about people, relationships, and helping our community grow. Whether you're cashing a check, making a deposit, or opening your first account, we're here to make every visit easy and welcoming. Buying your first home is a big step. Starting a business, purchasing a vehicle, planning for your future, whatever your goals are, we'll take the time to find the lending solution that's right for you. We're local, we understand what matters most to our neighbors.
Hello, I am Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. Our greatest investment isn't in our buildings or technology, it's in people. Our team is dedicated to earning your trust through exceptional service, sound financial guidance, and genuine relationships that last for generations.
Hello, I'm Angie Howard Gillum, President of Commercial Bank. Every decision we make starts with one question. How can we better serve our customers and our community? That's the commitment we bring to work every single day.
Hi, I'm Grace Stevens. I look forward to serving you.
Hi, I'm Chris Trusty, and much like our area schools, Commercial Bank strives for excellence on and off the playing fields. Come in and let our bank team up with you.
I am Jonathan Campbell. I'm here to serve you for all your banking and lending needs.
Hi, I'm Randa Patrick.
Hi, I'm Brad LeMaster, and we here at Commercial Bank treat all of our customers just like family.
Hello, my name is Patty Gibson. I'm Senior Vice President of Commercial Bank. We are here to serve you, and I am so excited to do so.
We are here to help. We're here to listen.
We're here to serve. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You know, you call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At Juniper Health, great care begins with people you know. Familiar faces, rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. We are nationally recognized. We provide award-winning care right here in your backyard. We're on your roads, in your schools, at your front door. This is our home too. Juniper Health, world-class care, hometown heart.
We are back here now in the booth. Perry Allen, Chris Trusty here to bring you tonight's game between the Morgan County Cougars and the Lewis County Lions. Perry, it's an absolute pleasure to have you alongside of me in year number 2. We had a lot of fun last year. What do we got on tap this year?
Yeah, you're same here, Chris. Glad to be back with you. I know we had several discussions during the year about you bringing me back, whether you was going to keep me, let me go, and I knew money wasn't an issue, on that end.
Right.
But seriously, glad to be back, and I hope several of you are able to join the pre-game discussion too with Rick Barker of the 70, 72, 73 teams, and Coach Easterling, also pre-game with him, and having the cheerleaders in the background too, and coming front forward, and the Spree TV cheers. So.
Yeah, well, hat tip to Mountain Telephone and Spree TV for making this production possible tonight. I also want to give a shout out to Braxton Howard, the athletic director at Morgan County's first class with the setup here. Also Larry Lewis and the gang down there that made the phenomenal fish boxes. If you haven't had a chance to come and just get that from the concession stand, it's fantastic. But we got to get into the game. We're about 11 minutes away from kickoff, Perry. It's 2 teams coming in. One, you have Lewis County snapping the state's longest losing streak of 25 games last week with a come-from-behind 20-18 win in Olive Hill versus West Carter. Coach Dalton Stam has to be really excited about what he saw from his standout playmakers like Braylon Puente, who all he did was have 5 rushes for 170 yards, altogether 3 touchdowns. He's going to be a phenomenal athlete that the Lions have. The Cougars going to have to definitely pay attention to. But for Morgan County, they went on the road to East Ridge, a very good and improved East Ridge team. And from all accounts I've had, they really give Pikeville all they wanted in a scrimmage. So they returned everybody off the roster from last year, went up there, competed. It was a 20-0 game. But the Cougars had their chances. And as we go into some of the pregame notes that I have, it seems like the Cougars march the football down the field, get in the red zone kind of stall. They can move the football, but they got to punch it in tonight if they want to win.
Yeah, I agree, Chris. And Coach Easterling, our discussion with him pregame, I was listening to him and then thinking back to the notes I'd made for the keys for the win, and they were very similar. No fumbles, making sure we have some good long drives that eat up the clock. And we can have penalties. Last year we had too many occasions where we'd have some good plays, but it ended up being a 1st and 20 or a 2nd and 15 or a 3rd and 10 or 15. And last year's team and this year's team, they're not built for that.
Exactly, Perry. And that's what I also had in my notes as well, especially the pre-snap penalties and discussion. We got the Lewis County crew beside us. I know these people. So they're coming in and they're going to have to set up pretty quick. Coach. How are you doing down there? But anyway, the Cougars, all-time versus Lewis County. They have an 8-16 record, but Morgan County has won 4 of the last 5 games against the Lions. The Lions did win the last one 34-22 in Vanceburg. For Morgan County, Perry, we're going to have the playmakers for Morgan County stand out tonight, and that's going to be number 28, Alex Lee, and also number 7, Kevin Keaton. Those 2 guys have got to be dudes on both sides of the football.
Yeah, no question there, Chris. I think that Alex Lee, has to be in the 20 tackle range, and I know people will say 20 tackles. That's where he has to be, and they can't be down the field. They've got to be up the line. He's got to be that man, kind of like John Reed's teams back in the early '70s. With the 6 defensive linemen holding up more of the offensive blockers, and Greg Wingo making the majority of tackles. And I can see the same thing tonight for Morgan County to come out with the win. And then on the offensive side of the ball for Kevin Keaton, he's definitely got to be over 100 yards and probably has to be close to 200 yards tonight for us to win. 200 yards. I mean, they had some good long drives. Hopefully, didn't have hardly any fumbles, because again, that's what we got to stay away from. Is fumbles and penalties. We're not going to throw many interceptions, because we're not going to throw the ball. That's the way that is.
Yeah, Coach Stan for Lewis County, what he on his scouting report, and I'm sure they've watched film. They've really got to stop the Morgan County rushing attack, Alex Lee and Kevin Keaton, and it looks like Eastridge did a pretty good job of that last week. Alex Lee did get loose for around 110 yards on the ground, so the Cougars are going to have to find some other playmakers as well. They have a good, experienced offensive line coming back. I really like that from Morgan County tonight. I like Morgan County's size up front, but Lewis County has a playmaker. His name's Braylon Puente, and this kid had only 5 rushes for 170 yards, counted for 3 touchdowns, I think 3 receptions as well. This is going to be a formidable team. It looks like they're going to pass the football also. Aiden Bloomfield was 10 of 17 for 88 yards, so it looks like it might be a tale of 2 different teams tonight. Lewis County is going to like to throw it. We're going to like to run it.
Well, you mentioned the Bloomfield name, and that's a long time Lewis County name. There have been a lot of athletes that last name come through, no question on that end. I'm also interested to watch Asa Barron this year.
Yes.
Chris, I think this can be really a big breakout year for him. So hope to see some of that tonight, a lot of that tonight, and both teams about the same number of kids, somewhere 29, 32 kids, looks like. And so a decent number for essentially we're AA, but in reality, it's pretty close to single A football, what we're watching here tonight. And that's not putting anybody down. It's just there's 6 classes now versus 3 and 4 back in the day. So I think it should be a very good contest tonight, Chris. I think Lewis, again, coming off a win, they have to be excited and thinking now they can win. And Morgan County's key is, I think after last year, these kids know they can win. They done a little better last year, especially the win over West Carter, and then getting a home playoff game against Walton Verona. Even though they lost it, they got a taste of that. So I think Morgan last week hopefully is just a learning experience, and I think it could very well be. I really look for a pretty good performance from Morgan County tonight in this game.
We've got about 5 minutes to go. We're going to have, it looks like, the Don McKenzie Classic. Some of his family that's down there at midfield going to do the coin toss. What we'll do, we want to take a short break, and we'll come back on the other side. We'll be ready for kickoff, watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Business becomes part of the fabric of everyday life.
Back here, we've got the pregame festivities. Yeah, I think we have some more room. We have Don McKenzie's family down at being highlighted at midfield. They'll do the coin toss tonight when the captains go out, about 4 minutes away. Perry is over here. Looks like he's destroying the fish box. Tell us about the fish box there. You look like you got your mouth full right
Well,
now.
I do, Chris. It was very good. Don McKenzie and his family right now out here, as you mentioned, being honored, and Don McKenzie Pool Hall for years and years, and the fish sandwich, hamburgers, there. So a lot of good stuff here tonight. Always exciting. The first home game of the year. Beautiful night, just a beautiful evening. Warm, but we've had a whole lot of hotter opening home games than this. But being on the banks of the Caney Creek, here West Liberty Index, Morgan County, good crowd showing up tonight, which, a little concerned with that, but I don't know why I was. I shouldn't have been. And it's always good to see some of the long-term fans here. Not only is Jeff Stanifer here, but his dad Tommy, here, and then you see Marlon Potter, down here. Just a whole lot of fans of that nature, and then again a lot of young people, and that's what you have to have also. So hopefully, Chris, we'll see again a good competitive game tonight.
Jeff Brown just joins us. Is he back out of retirement? I don't know. He's helping on Friday nights. My good friend Jeff Brown. Good to see you, Jeff. Talk about the district for Morgan County this year in their Class 2A, District 6. I think it's a really good setup for the long term. We have Morgan, Breathitt, Jackson County, and West Carter. We'll take a moment of silence here.
11 issues on.
Chris, I agree 100% on the district alignment. And it's interesting. Back in the summer, we communicated some. Prestonsburg tried to get some things changed through the KHSAA, and fortunately, with some work on Mark's part and school administration here in Morgan County and some others, that didn't happen. We're where we need to be district-wise, location-wise, along with competitiveness there. And then you look at the schedule, that we have. I'm sure like Lewis County, they think they can beat us, but we no question, we think we can beat them. And we probably have about 7 games on the schedule that you could look at that way at this point, okay? East Ridge wasn't one of them for me. East Ridge, first of all, is a away game. Second of all, they returned 16 seniors from last year's team that beat us, okay? So wasn't looking at that one. I don't look at Breathitt as being somebody we're competitive with, okay? And then, but most everybody else, with the exception of them two and Paris, we ought to be competitive with.
Agree 100%. On the other side of things, Lewis County, a little bit tougher road to hoe. They're in Class 3A, District 6. They do have Bath County, but you also have Fleming County, East Carter, and traditional power Russell. That's a tough road to hoe. You're really trying to battle, you think, Bath County for that 4th slot into the playoffs, but that's what Lewis County has before them this season.
Yeah, it's a lot like UK football has been at times, Chris. Where do you get your wins, enough wins to go to a bowl game, okay?
Right.
And that's kind of where Lewis is, and it's kind of where Morgan is. I mean, Lewis needs obviously to beat Bath. Bath is the worst rated team in what they call the 16th region of football teams. Teams within the 16th region to play football. Bath has the worst rating of all. Okay. So Lewis needs to beat Bath, and then their next shot's got to be to look at how do we beat Fleming County, okay, or how do we beat East? And East is down a little bit this year. Fleming, I think, is kind of back, but how do we beat one of those two teams, to make the playoffs for Lewis County?
Right. We're about ready to kick it off here. We're at the coin toss. It looks tonight's officials are Dave Stafford, Michael Wagner, Johnny Marshall. We have Leonard Mason and I believe for the first time in Morgan County history, the first female official to referee a Morgan County game is going to be Jennifer Golden, making her debut as part of the crew for this from the Northeast Kentucky Football Officials Association. So
Great.
Dave Stafford is an experienced official in this area. Everybody knows Dave, and they're talking a little bit extensively down there. I don't know if we're catching that on the field or not. I see Tim's got the camera down there. There he is. We get the live look in with Dave Stafford on the coin toss. It looks like the Cougars have won the toss, and they are going to elect to receive. They'll be going from the north end zone towards the south, so Lewis County will be kicking off to kick off the home portion of the schedule, the 2026 Don McKenzie Classic. Lewis County, Morgan County, we're ready to roll here at Perry Allen.
Yeah, Chris, I agree with Coach Easterling taking the ball. We need to not only take the ball, but we need to score first. You know, this could be one of those games where could have a little bit of a hard time stopping them, and hopefully Lewis County won't be as good at stopping us as East Ridge was last week, and I don't think they will be. If we don't stop ourselves.
Pay attention to the special teams tonight, whether it be kickoff return, punt return. Could there be a big play in the special teams department that flips the script for tonight's winner? I think something will happen in the special teams to give tonight's victor the edge.
Yeah. Chris, also Jonathan's done a good job picking us up some more additional sponsors this year. So we have our two of the sponsors we've had in the past. We've had Commercial Bank's been a sponsor, probably before I was born. Bank of the Mountains and Commercial Bank, traditional sponsors. Then we have Juniper Health,
along with Commercial Bank, Bank of the Mountains, and Appalachian Wireless.
Yeah,
tonight.
So a good platform of sponsors there. Appalachian Wireless and Mountain Telephone work together on so much and collaborate in a lot of different ways.
Back deep for Morgan County looks to be Alex Lee, number 28. Number 7, Kevin Keaton, ready to get it. Number 10, it's going to be Tyson McCrae for the Lions of Lewis County as they line it up and get ready to kick off to Morgan County in the Don McKenzie Classic. We are about underway. It's a beautiful night, 80 degrees here, as you say, on the banks of Caney Creek in Morgan County. Let's see what we can do here to open the home portion of the season. Lewis County 1-0, Morgan County 0-1. Heading into week 2, Morgan County's looking to even things up and get their first victory of the season. Waiting for the whistle, the officials a whistle. Dave Stafford gives it. McCrae's getting ready to toe it up. He's going to pop that thing in the air, and he is not a fair catch, but he wisely goes down there, receives it. And once again, you make a play. It's something simple. It was Julian Osborne fields the ball, gives Morgan County a 1st and 10 from their own 38-yard line.
Yeah, caught the ball on the 38, went down on the 38. Good move, smart move, and just exactly what we need to have happen. Start the ball in good field position and 62 yards to go, Chris, to pay dirt.
Ty Bowman opens under center for Morgan County. Quarterback is under center. Here's a give off to Alex Lee. He's hit and met after about a 2-yard gain off that left side. Morgan County sets up 2nd and 8. Very important, Perry. Morgan County stays ahead of the chains and not getting in situations where they're 2nd and 3rd and long.
No question. We're not that kind of team. Weren't last year, not going to be this year, Chris, unless something happens that I'm not aware of. Good first down. Got 2nd and 7 now. So opportunity to hopefully run this ball 2 more times and get us a first down on this play or the next.
Now the shotgun, a little misdirection. Handoff is to Lee again, and he gets dragged down. Could have been a horse collar, but not.
Oh, now there's one of those penalties, Chris, that we have no need for on us.
Yeah, that was a pretty good gain there by Lee, and we have a behind-the-play situation there. It looks to be number 22, Asa Barron. That's who we just talked about having a big game, but you have a play where you're setting up 3rd and short, and now you got a penalty. It's going to back us up. I'm sure Lewis County's going to accept that, make it 2nd down again.
Yeah, going to be 2nd and long. Had a 3rd and 1, Chris. Looking at a 3rd and 1, and now we're going to be looking at a 2nd and 15.
now that puts you in a situation. Now you pretty much, if you're one-dimensional, it makes it really tough to run between the tackles tonight, especially on second and long. But that's what the Cougars face here with 11:10 to go in the first quarter.
Yeah, second and what, 17? Second and 18.
Yes.
So not the way you need to start out. So we need to have a big run or two here.
Bowman in the shotgun. He's going to give it off to Kevin Keaton, number 7. He's out around the 35, gets up to the 36, 37-yard line, gets some back there, sets up a third manageable for Morgan County.
Yep, got a 3rd and 11. So, I mean, had a good run, 6-7-yard gain, there to get us back. But, again, we're not built that way to make up 17, 18 yards in 2 plays. So we'll see. Be interesting here to see what Coach Easterling does. If he does throw the ball, or if he runs sometime the screen, some type of draw. I don't think either have been set up yet to run those plays, but we'll see here.
Bowman again in the shotgun, flanked by Keaton, and there goes Keaton. He's up to the 40. He may have the first down. He's across the 50 to the 40. He's down inside the 35-yard line. What an excellent run by Kevin Keaton. Must have been an excellent block that I couldn't see there from the left guard and the left tackle for Morgan County to open up the daylight, and a first down for Morgan County.
Yeah, that was pretty much like a trap play, counter play back to the left-hand side. The line done a great job. Lewis County went with the fake to Morgan County's right, and the hole opened up when he countered back to the left, and you can't give him room. He can get 5 yards with no room.
28-yard gain for Kevin Keaton, sets up first down.
Great run.
1st and 10 for Morgan County. Bowman, and once again, he's a little confused there. He's going to have to run it himself, and he is going to be sacked and dropped. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it looks like some confusion there on which way to go.
Yeah, a little busted play there. Either the quarterback or the running back, one or both of them went the wrong way. So going to look at a 2nd and 10 here. We're in 4-down territory at the 35-yard line right now. So really got 4 downs, 3 more to get 10 yards here, in my opinion.
Bowman looks to go back under center, offset with Keaton and Alex Lee. He's going to give off to Keaton again. He's across the 32. That looks like a face mask, but didn't call it. He kind of hesitated there a little bit, and I thought if he could have put his foot in the ground, cut it back up, he had a nice little hole.
I agree, Chris. Got a 4-yard gain there. I think he could have probably had 7 or 8 yards there. But, again, it looks a whole lot better up here in the press box than it does when he's in the middle of the chaos there
right.
making the run. But got 2 downs here to get about 7 yards, so we'll see how it goes here.
3rd and 7 for Morgan County at the Lewis County line, 32. Bowman in the shotgun. Split by Lee and Keevan in the backfield. Hand is given off, and he is sacked. Not sacked, but dropped for a loss is Alex Lee. Come down awkwardly, too, a little bit, almost like a hip drop tackle there, but Lee comes up a little bit gimpy on that left ankle. It's going to set up 4th and long from the 41-yard line.
Yeah, got a 4th and 11 at the 36-yard line.
36,
so
yes.
at the 36, so definitely be going for it here.
This is where you hope sometimes, Perry, that you get maybe you roll out and you hope for a pass interference, which is always possible.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting again to see if they do try to throw the ball, Chris, or
went the other way.
He's
Bowman's
trying
looking,
to throw it.
And that ball is intercepted, I do believe.
Yeah.
It was kind of thrown up for grabs there. Bowman kind of got turned around, and that is going to be They have that as a catch? Incomplete. Okay.
Wished it would have been a catch.
Okay. To go back to what I said, if there would have been a pass interference, a lot of people don't know in rules of high school, that's not an automatic first down. That's a yardage only. So with Morgan County being 4th and 11, even with the pass interference, it's not necessarily an automatic first down. But didn't happen. Moot point. Lewis County will take over on their 36.
Yeah, Lewis is at the line. They're ready to go.
They're ready for the football. We're going to see probably a heavy dose of Braylon Puente.
Yeah, he was Offensive Player of the Week for what we call the 16th Region football teams last week.
He's going to look to pass it. That went right through the hands of number 14, Tyler Fields, who had a pretty big day last week for the Lions. He had I think 3 receptions for 32 yards last week versus Wes Carter, but just went through his hands there, Bloomfield's pass.
Yeah, I know that him being a senior, he expects to catch that ball, not counting coaches, players, but he expects to. So he'll probably catch those going forward, I would guess.
The quarterback Bloomfield can also run the football. The Cougars have to be wary of that. He can use his legs as well. And that looks to be offsides on Morgan County, and that's the pre-snap penalties that we talked about that Morgan County just has to stop, the pre-snap penalties, and that's going to give 5 free yards to Lewis County.
Yep. So instead of a 2nd and 10, got a 2nd and 5 now.
Lewis County looks like they're going to try to spread the ball out. They had twins right and left out of that formation. Now it looks like with Puente in the backfield, you got a guy in the slot. Out of the shotgun formation is number 10, not Tyson McCray, but Aiden Bloomfield, and he gives it off to Puente. He's up to around the 45. He dances a little bit, and he's hit, and he's going to be dropped at about the 46-yard line. 3-yard gain sets up an interesting 3rd down.
Kind of like Kevin Keaton's run. I think, if he would have kept going there and lowered his head, he would at least got, within a yard or 2 of the 1st down marker. But thankfully he didn't, and we had good pursuit that came through and made the tackle on the play there. So we're looking at a 3rd and 3, Chris. I'll be surprised if they don't hand the ball off here. But 14 over here has got a lot of room also to catch a pass.
Give off is to Puente. He's got the 1st down and more. He's across the 50 into Morgan County territory, dances around before he's hit and dropped at it just inside the 45 to about the 45-yard line of Morgan County. 1st down for the Lions.
Yeah, both teams, Chris, with around 30, 32 players, playing. So both in the same type of condition. Doesn't mean who has the best team or who has the most of those 32 that can play. But I think, really pretty equal teams. I would think both expect to win this game tonight.
Bloomfield's in the shotgun, 5 yards deep. Handoff is given. He breaks a tackle, another tackle, and that's Puente again, I believe, up after a hard-fought 4-yard gain by Puente. It's going to be a heavy dose of that young man tonight.
Yeah, the officials need to be a little consistent there. Lewis County had a player come in 4 or 5 yards away from the play on that and throw a block after the pile was starting to get up, and again, either call it consistently as they did against us, or hopefully they won't let it be. That's how injuries occur.
Bloomfield wearing, I believe, that's number 28, which is kind of rare for a quarterback to have that number. Looks like we may have jumped into the neutral zone, but didn't. The give off is to Puente again.
There's a hold right there.
He's going to try to get to the outside, and we gain tackle Puente for no gain. Julian Osborne comes up on the play. Alex Lee, of course, once again at the bottom of that pile. What else do you expect? The senior with another defensive stop.
Well, that's going to back them up too, Chris. There was a obvious hold there. So going to back them up on this play. But as I said before in the pregame, Alex Lee's got to have 20 tackles tonight, and I'm very serious about that. For Morgan County to win, he's got to have 20 tackles, because if he makes a tackle, it's going to be around the line of scrimmage.
Absolutely. You don't want him blocked. You want him to free flow around to the football, let him fly to the football, which is what he knows best. Bulked up some, especially since the off season from last year, and so. Alex Lee has really got to captain that defense, but he's got to have some help, especially up front. Some confusion here. It looks like maybe we get we got number 14, I believe that's Tyler Fields getting lined up here. Their trips left. Now looks like maybe throw the football. Bloomfield.
Good pressure.
And he is going to be sacked, and that ball comes loose. That could be intentional grounding. He was in grasp.
Should have been.
He was in the grasp. He was outside the tackle box, but I don't know. That's kind of a judgment call from that position. And also, I don't think the ball made it back to the line of scrimmage on the attempt.
Not even close.
They're
calling him down, it looks like, Chris.
Okay. Forward progress. 3rd and 15 for the Lions. Cougars need to get a big stop here.
It's 3rd and 25, Chris.
3rd, and it looks like Candle City maybe now with the yardage. 3rd and 26. Bloomfield back to pass again. He's getting rushed and batted down. Excellent play right there. That was hard to see the numbers. Tanner Sparks, what a big addition to have him back from last year. I thought he had a great start of the season. Only played a few games, but a great, smart move by Tanner Sparks to bat that football down.
It sure was. Got great penetration, but not only got penetration, got his arms up when he got close to the quarterback. The quarterback tried to throw it, didn't really have a choice, but that's almost an interception, Chris.
That's right. Hey, early on, that's our nominee for top defensive play. A big stop there by Tanner Sparks.
So we're looking at a 4th and 25, 26 here. So Lewis is punting.
Lee back deep, left-footed punter.
Decent punt.
He's going to angle it back. It's going to take a Lewis County bounce. We're going to let that thing roll inside the Cougar 15-yard line before they finally blow it dead at about the 14-yard line of Morgan County. And so we'll take a short break on the way back with 5 minutes to go. No score. You're watching Cougar football.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You know, you call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Cougars have the footballs. They take over with 5:03 remaining in the first quarter. The Cougars have it at their own 13-yard line.
Yeah, split backs, Chris. Got 2 backs. Got a wide out to the left. Fumble.
Yeah, the ball looked like it was kind of juggled from the start. We're lucky to get back on top of that, and it was Kevin Keaton.
Yeah, got it back. Some Cougar ball, lost him a couple of yards.
Well, we kind of thought this, Perry. This could be a game setting up to be a low-scoring affair between the Lions and the Cougars. We always thought the Cougars defensively had a chance to be pretty good this season. They were able to hold the Lions there on their first possession. 2nd and 11 for Morgan County.
Yeah, Cougars need to be a little cleaner. You know, hadn't been second drive early in it, but
Bowman gives off to is that Keaton or Lee on the handoff?
Gain of 1 looks like, yep, Chris. So we'll be looking at what, a 3rd and 10?
Yeah, gain of 1, short yard gain by Alex Lee.
3rd and 9. Really need to get this first down. We don't need to punt down on our 19-yard line. That's flipping the field to Lewis County's advantage. One big play, and you can score on that.
We got to flip the field in honor of Rusty Linden, who's known to flip the field back in his day. So anytime we can flip the field, we'll just call that the Rusty Linden flipping the field play of the day.
Taking a while to get the play in or off. Hopefully, don't get a delay game here.
I wish we had the play clocks on the field like a lot of high schools have. We don't have that, so we got to go with the back judge. Bowman, he's looking at the pass. He's got a man wide open, and he has got it.
Wow. What a play call.
Great play call there by Mark Easterling.
So they had the tight end lined up on the right, Chris, faked the handoff up the middle on that play, and then threw it over the middle, and it was a great route, great pass, and then he got about 10 yards afterwards.
What a phenomenal play, beautifully put in there by Ty Bowman. A big play right there on 3rd down to convert. You kind of get yourself some breathing room now, Perry. Morgan County has it. 1st and 10 from their own 34.
Give Coach Easterling a lot of credit for that play call, but give the players the credit for the execution.
He's going to give it off to Lee. He's got some room. If he gets a block, he's got more. He's across the 50 to the 45, the 40. He's knocked out of bounds, and he lays the wood to the defender. He kind of laid into him, and he enjoyed that one. That's another first down for Morgan County.
Yeah, he might have got knocked out of bounds, but I don't think he took the punishment, did he?
No, he did not. The defensive player there, I think, took the brunt of the punishment, lowered his head, knew he had the first down, and got a little more.
Well, no surprise who took the punishment there. You give him that kind of run, another nice gain there. Just play clean football the rest of this drive. Clean football, and we'll go ahead 6 or 8 to nothing.
25-yard gain for Lee. The handoff given to Lee again. He's got a blocker, and he makes something out of nothing there. Maybe gets a yard or two. Tried to follow his blockers. A little misdirection. That's what Morgan County's trying to establish, Perry, is that misdirection game against Lewis County.
Well, I think that's important that they do, because they are somewhat one-dimensional, even though they had a good pass play there a few minutes ago. But this is a running team, so they've got to make sure and mix up the kind of runs and the directions that they do go, whether it's counters, whether it's traps, whether it's sweeps. They're mixing it up pretty well right now.
There's the pitch off
Good
to
blocking.
Lee again.
Good
He's got
blocking.
a block ahead. He scoots forward, leans forward, get
Gonna
those
be close
shoulders.
to a first down, isn't it, Chris?
It's going to be close, but I really like the way Alex Lee leaned forward on that to try to get that extra yards, get that upper body. Lee picks up, 7?
What are you looking at? 3rd and 1?
Third and a short one, we'll call it.
So 2 downs to get 1 yard. So, again, it would be a great opportunity to throw the ball here, but I'm not sure I would make that call if I'm Coach Easterling. I think I would take my chances with these running backs with 2 runs.
There's a sneak by Ty Bowman, calls his own number, spins. He does a great job right there. Toughness right there to get across on the quarterback keeper.
About a 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain for the quarterback, Ty Bowman. Really like the grittiness of Ty in there to get that first down. Big play for the Cougars.
Frankie Spencer on the PA. It's always good to hear him make his calls down here in the first down Cougars, and hopefully we'll get to hear the touchdown call here real soon.
I think this is Frankie's 79th year of doing the PA, it seems like. 1 minute and 20 seconds in the first quarter. No score here at Don McKenzie Field. Morgan County is driving. They have it inside the line to the 26-yard line. Handoff is to Kevin Keaton. They are keyed on Keaton tonight.
He's lucky he got back 2 yards.
Yeah, you can definitely tell the Lions defensively are keying on Kevin Keaton.
They are, Chris, and they should be. But again, watching him and when he doesn't have the ball, it costs you some points.
47 seconds. We're inside a minute to play. No score.
Again, another beautiful evening here on the banks of the Caney Creek and Index, West Liberty, Morgan County, Kentucky, watching the Morgan County Cougars versus Lewis County Lions.
Bowman's looking to pass. He's looking, still in the pocket, trying to decide. Shimmies his way up. No, probably a loss of 1 or so on that play. Looked a little indecisive on that. I think they're going to let that quarter run down and take it into the second quarter.
Yeah, he was looking to throw the ball, and nothing wrong with that. But if it's not there, then he started dancing. And you probably had some opportunity to get 3 to 5 yards if he would have just took off either to the right or straight up the middle or to the left. But you got to do one or the other, and he's got the feet to do it. He's new in this position, Chris, and hopefully tonight he'll grow up a lot.
We'll take a 30-second break at the end of one. It's no score. Morgan County and Lewis County. You're watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
At Juniper Health, great care begins with people you know, familiar faces, rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. We are nationally recognized. We provide award-winning care right here in your backyard. We're on your roads, in your schools, at your front door. This is our home too. Juniper Health, world-class care, hometown heart.
We begin play here at Don McKenzie Field. Start of the second quarter. We've got no score between Morgan County and Lewis County, but the Cougars, Perry, they're driving. They are at the 27-yard line. They've got a 3rd and 9.
Here we go, Chris. Second quarter again, 3rd and 9. Ball on the 27. Don McKenzie Field.
Bowman in the shotgun. He's going to give off to Lee. He's wanting to pass it. He throws it up for grabs, and that ball is intercepted. Intercepted there to Lewis County, and he's going to battle his way back across the 30-yard line. I can't really pick up the number. It might have been, could have been Jaden's Cunningham, perhaps, number 2. Jaden's Cottingham, actually. That's the one you look to eat right there. You have the football, you're driving, live to see another day, even if it is fourth down. You got chances, but
that's one of the risks you run when you run a halfback pass. You know, you got somebody that doesn't throw touchdowns often, and they're wanting to throw one.
Yeah.
And a quarterback there hopefully would have threw it out of bounds, took the sack, whatever has to happen. So instead of us moving the ball, Chris, like we were so well, you know, inside the 20-yard line or inside the 30-yard line, I'm sorry, now Lewis County has the ball on their own 30, 31.
The Lions have it spread out. Bloomfield's going to give it off there, and that's going to be number 10, Tyson McRae, and he's got an alley down the sidelines. He cuts back across the 40, makes a man miss down inside the 30-yard line. A change of pace there with number 10, Tyson McRae, and the Lions now have it inside Morgan County 30-yard line. A big play on first down.
What a turnaround, Chris. Moving in, range to score, and now Lewis County has it on our 30-yard line. That's part of the game, and they got to suck it up now. You know, got a 4-man front there, 4 linebackers, kind of the old 4-4 defense here. So opportunity here for Morgan County to stop them on first.
One of your keys to the game, Perry, was turnovers, and right off the bat, Lewis County is up 1-0 in that department.
They are. Plus, we had a couple of fumbles, and another ball is almost an interception.
There's a direct snap. It looks like it's going back here to it's being strung out nicely, but Braylon Puente, kind of hard to see, scoots his way down the sidelines.
Yeah, he's a pretty smooth runner.
Pretty smooth runner.
Pretty good looking athlete.
He runs with great pace.
He does. He's a sophomore. It'd be interesting to see if he gets in the weight room, works hard. I'll go ahead and say it. If he ends up at Russell, or if he's real good, he end up at Raceland or Ashland.
Well, I'll say this: Braylon Puente has a great basketball player, and an older brother, Julian Puente, phenomenal basketball player for the Lewis County Lions. So the athleticism is there in the Puente brothers that I've seen play over the last few years. Grandson of Joe Billman, by the way, longtime friend from Vanceburg. Or as we call him, Cop.
So, Chris, looking at series history here, and Morgan leads the series 5-1.
No, actually, I've got 8-16 overall, dating back to 1969.
Okay.
That's,
interesting.
Yeah, we have won 4 of the last 5 meetings.
Okay, that's what I'm seeing then. So.
1973, that team beat Lewis County 41-8. There's Puente again. There's a handoff, and he's going to get his way inside the 15-yard line.
Oh, about a 7-yard gain, 8-yard gain.
7-8 yard gain, yeah. Once again, really tough to tell the home games from Morgan County with the jerseys, with the blue on the black or the charcoal. It's really difficult to see.
It is, and the later it gets, the darker it gets, the harder.
And the older I get and we get, it also makes it more difficult as we get long in tooth.
I didn't want to go there first game out of the box, but you're so right.
All right, we've got Bloomfield again. It's going to be a direct snap. It looks like Puente again. He's
got some room.
Pick his battles here. He's going to try to scoot his way out to the outside. It's strung out, makes a man miss. He's going to go back against the grain, and he's got blockers. He's got an alley here, and he may score. He tiptoes around, gets inside the 10 to the 5. And I tell you what, that was just all on the legs of Braylon Puente. Let the Cougars over pursue. We didn't make the tackle. And that's going to be a first down inside the 5-yard line with 10 minutes to play in the second period.
Yeah, we've got a Cougar down over on the Lewis County sidelines, down on the 3 or 4 yard line there. So hopefully nothing serious there. But again, yes, he made Piante made the run all the way to the sidelines, Morgan County sidelines, and then made the turn and went back through the backfield. He probably at one point he was probably 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage or more.
He run 45 yards to get 8 there.
Yeah, nice gain.
But cramping, especially early in the year across the state of Kentucky, you're going to see a lot of that early cramping in the heat. These athletes, they got to stay hydrated, and we're going to see that tonight. I think they saw that a lot last week. Got a stoppage and play, and we'll stay right here and talk it over a little bit.
Yeah, Jonathan, I think I shared something with you today, maybe some fried chicken meal. So I think Jonathan's got that pulled up here. So
look at that! Look at that!
That's one of my meals this summer was fried chicken meal, and
he's getting ready for
from Isom, Kentucky.
Isom, Kentucky,
down in Knott County. Some of the best fried chicken outside of what your mama makes and your wife makes that you'll eat.
All right, Lewis County has it. Bloomfield in the shotgun. He's going to give it off to McCray, and he's going to battle and lean forward. He's going to be down close to the goal line, but just short, around the 2-yard line. 9 minutes, 50 seconds to go in this first half. No score, but Lewis County obviously threatening here to score first.
And the reason I show that fried chicken, Chris, we go to Harlan City School this year to play.
Yes.
So Harlan City and Isom's pretty close, okay?
All right.
So if you're making the trip to Harlan, build in some time to go to Isom to eat the fried chicken at Joe's Fried Chicken in Isom, Kentucky.
To stand up to get a look at this one, Perry. You're trying to get a little better look in here. Bloomfield in the shotgun. He's going to call his own number up the middle. He's going to be in the end zone. That's going to be a touchdown. Lewis County from 1 yard out. Aiden Bloomfield takes it in to give the Lions the 6-0 early lead.
Yeah, Lewis jumped all over us after that turnover. Jumped all over us after the interception they made, and had, really had about 3 or 4 big plays to take it from their own 31-yard line into the end zone in probably less than 2 minutes.
It's amazing how Uncle Mo works. Momentum, the momentum shift, and then you get a big play, and now your back's against the wall. It's going to be important for Morgan County to go down, try to answer on their next drive, try to score before the half, because Lewis County will get it to start of the second half.
Yeah, we got enough juniors and seniors that this shouldn't affect them. They need to suck it up and just come back out and get 8 points.
And the kick is no good by Tyson McCray, left-footed. Extra point is no good. That's important when it comes down to the 2-point conversion, 1 point, or the kicks, etc. We'll take a brief break. We'll come back on the other side. Lewis County leads at 6-0. You're watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
$9:15 to go before the half. Lewis County was able to stick it in the end zone there, Perry. 6-0 lead for the Lions. Really important for Morgan County to establish themselves here.
It is. A lot of big games around the state tonight. To have Louisville Central versus Belfry up at Belfry. Prestonsburg at Pikeville. I think that game is tomorrow night. DuPont Manual at South Warren, which is a Bowling Green team. South DuPont's ranked 8th in the state overall. South Warren's ranked 5th in the state, for 4th in the state, depending on the poll. Greenup at Russell's a big game, Chris. Greenup playing better football. Russell playing football like they used to. And then Paris at Williamsburg. We have Paris later in the year. 2 very strong single A teams there, each looking to come out of that with a win.
Watched a great football game last week. Perry, Raceland, and Ashland went into overtime. Just 2 exceptional football teams. And looks like McCray pops that one up, and daggone, that was almost an excellent pooch recovery by the kicking team, which could have been Lewis County's ball.
Yeah, he kicked the ball out of bounds, but it was close to the line, and it was up in the air. Yeah, we got to come up and make contact with that guy. There's no interference on the kickoff.
Yeah, well, that's where you want to try to also, you can fair catch that kickoff if we could do that as well.
I believe I'd have just came up and laid him out where he didn't want to play anymore after that one. But yeah.
Perry's wanting to lay the wood tonight. Oh, that's your phone. At our fingertips, we may even have from the 15th region, Keith Henry's watching in tonight. If we have a call or a play we need, kind of like on the NFL or college, we can phone a really good referee and official to tell us. There's a handoff given up the middle. That's going to be Bowman handing off to, it looks like Alex Lee, but I'm not sure right off the bat.
Yeah, good opening play. You know, Chris, get back to what we do. Get back to what we do. Got a 2nd and 5 now.
2nd and 5 manageable. You got to stay ahead of the sticks. 8:54 to go at the half. Before the half, Cougars down 6-0 to the Lewis County Lions. Bowman
as you said earlier, Chris, Lewis gets the ball to start the second half. We need to go in with a touchdown here and 2-point conversion. Get up 8-6 here at halftime.
Okay, we got Kevin Keaton in the backfield along with Lee. It's a handoff up the middle again. We got a good push by the offensive line. The ball's fumbled, and the big guy, he's broke free. He's going to rumble down inside the 30. Big guy's going to take the football. I don't know, but he was rumbling great.
Number 70.
That was 78, Hunter Lewis. And I tell you what,
senior.
All he saw was pay dirt, man. He wanted to get him what they call the thick six.
He saw the ball come loose from our running back, and he grabbed the ball, and he was gone. As gone as he could be at his size.
I tell you what.
Oh, they're bringing it back and saying it was down?
What? That ball was fumbled. Clearly fumbled, I thought, in my opinion. And Dave Stafford going to say he was down. I wonder if we could bring a replay up there or not. But Johnson's like, hey, I don't know about that. But anyway, they called it that he was down. But that was fun to watch. Anyway, Hunter Lewis scrambling, breaking a tackle.
I will say the official that called it down, he's never moved from where he started out at. He hadn't moved 20 yards either way the entire game.
I'll tell you what, we get down near the goal line, you may want to go Hunter Lewis at fullback and give him the football with him. He was kicking those knees high in the air there, Perry. 3rd and 4 at the 46 for Morgan County. Bowman going to keep it on the sneak. He's get some help, some push.
He got it, Chris.
He's got it. I tell you what, another hard fought. You could hear the pad smack. Ty Bowman gets the first down for Morgan County. You got to like what you see, gritty-wise, from Ty Bowman.
You know, I don't blame the Morgan County lineman there. They pulled his helmet off, and several officials right there, nothing called. So I guess in high school you don't have to go out when your helmet comes off after a play.
Well, there is a new rule. If the defense or offense slaps or takes the helmet with their hands, that's a penalty on whoever uses their hands onto the helmet. That's a new rule in FHS rule that should be enforced. I didn't see what happened there, but for example, if a Lewis County player pulled it off, then that should have been a flag thrown.
Good drive going here. Good drive, 7:48 left. We're on the Lewis County 49-yard line, using clock. Hopefully take this ball in for a score.
Bowman is under center at the 50. There's the pitch off to Kevin Keaton. He's got a hole and a block. He's at the 40.
Go!
Just keep going right there down the sidelines. He does pick up the first down. You were wanting him to stay on the outside, just down the sidelines.
Lower his head on that sidelines and keep going. He's trying to make a bigger play, and I get that, and he's got the abilities to do that, so I don't blame him there. And again, my visibility compared to his is a whole lot better up here looking down on the play versus him seeing players all around him.
You've got plenty of time here.
Good blocking on that play.
7.5 minutes. We're just under that mark. You kind of want to methodically down and score the football right here and try to even this thing up. 1st and 10, Morgan County from the 36-yard line of Lewis County. Bowman is in the shotgun. He's flanked by Kevin Keaton. Handoff is given to Keaton, and he's got a hole. And if he is only going to get forward progress, may give him a yard. There's another situation, Perry, I think if he puts that foot in the ground and gets north-south, he's got a bigger gain.
Yeah, trying to stretch a play, and maybe make something out of it that wasn't there to be made, versus picking up another 3 or 4 yards, just lowering his head.
You want those running backs to get downhill as quick as possible, and that was a situation that I really thought we could get downhill, may pick up 7 or 8.
I know Greg Phillips is watching us tonight and listening on the radio also, to his teammate Rick Barker, but watching here. And Greg was such a good running back, and Greg wasn't afraid of contact, but if Greg could outrun you, he would. But if he couldn't, he wanted to get the yards, and he'd lower his head too and make the turn.
Bowman under center now. Second back through. He's got a block. He's got Keevan Keaton again.
Good run. Good block.
He put his foot in the ground there, Perry, and he gets up to about the 30-yard line, makes a good decision. A good pickup on second down.
Yeah, it'll be a third and long 4, maybe, Chris.
Of course, we're 4 down territory, obviously, here.
Looked like a Randy Reisner block there on that play. Good block out here by the left guard, left tackle.
5:43 to play in the half. Lewis County ahead 6-0. 3rd and 4. Morgan County has it at the Lewis County 30-yard line. Alex Lee, Keevan Keaton in the backfield. Looks to be maybe a timeout, Lewis County. Maybe a good timeout from Morgan County. Really group yourself here and get yourself for 2 plays if you have to, because this is an important 3rd down. We're going to stay here as well.
Yeah, no need to get cute here. Just keep running it straight ahead, run the counters, traps, and stick with that. Nothing wrong with throwing it, but let's set it up a little bit more with the runs right now. Keep things going. Chris, one of the things, we've got a little break here, and I've got 2 groups of restaurants. I got the restaurants for away games that the Cougars are going to go on, or already been on, such as East Ridge games, already been played. But Wright Brothers Distillery in Pikeville would have been a good place for anybody, or still is a good place for anybody on a Friday, Saturday afternoon. They want to go, live music a lot of times in the evening, but good guys that own the distillery and restaurant there. Or Dorsey's Dairy Bar in Pikeville is a good place, very similar to our Freezer Fresh, here. Harlan, again, I mentioned Joe's Fried Chicken. It's a must, whether it's for a ball game or whether it's, they're not open on, I believe it's Monday and Tuesday, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, so watch yourself there.
3rd and 4, Bowman under center. And it's going to be kind of a gang tackle. Couldn't bust through there. Minimal gain. It's going to set up a 4th and medium here, 4th and 4. What's your play call here, Perry? What do you do?
Wasn't a very favorable mark there. I think, Chris, you got to get it. You got to get it to your studs. You got to get it to the players. That can get it for you. So, I'm gonna look at Keevan and expect him either to lower his head and get it, or if he needs to make one cut and get it, I'm gonna put the ball in his hands. Now, Lewis County thinks they are too. I get that and understand that, but that's a good back, and that's what the line should do for a good back, is make this happen.
All right, Bowman is under center. Going to go hard count, try to draw them off sides, maybe call a timeout. That's exactly what they do. We'll take a break with them. 4:39 to go. It'll be 4th and 4. You're watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
At Juniper Health, great care begins with people you know. Familiar faces. Rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky, we are nationally recognized. We provide award-winning care right here in your backyard. We're on your roads, in your schools, at your front door. This is our home too. Juniper Health, world-class care, hometown heart.
Okay, we're back here. Morgan County has called timeout. 4:39 left to play in the half. A big 4th down late in the first half here, Perry. And big decision here for Coach Easterling on the play call that he wants.
It is. It's going to be 2 times we've been down here, in about the same spot, Chris. And, had an interception earlier, and now here we are.
Fans, get behind your teams here.
Bowman in the shotgun.
Fumble, and they
on the
recovered
exchange, yeah. That was discombobulated, I think, on the exchange. You could see the handoff and the uncertainty there, and that's the second turnover of the night deep in Lewis County territory. Cougars keep stubbing their toe, Perry. It'll bring up a 1st and 10 for Lewis County with 4:34 to play at the end of the half.
Yeah, at this point, nobody's beating the Cougars but the Cougars, at this point. And again, Lewis County gets the ball to start the second half, so they're going to have 2 opportunities here potentially back-to-back. And we got to stop them right here. So Lewis has used 1 timeout already. So hopefully we can get a good solid stop here on first down, potentially get the ball back and break a play.
4:34. We've got Aiden Blutenfield. He's in the shotgun formation. Looks like he has Tyson McCray joining him in the backfield. He's going to look to pass here on first down. That ball is tipped again. Was that Tanner Sparks? And I thought he was held while he batted that football down. The big guy on the defensive line for Morgan County really having a nice football game up front.
They are. Lewis is having a little trouble with him tonight.
Yeah, number 54, Tanner Sparks, really a nice defensive line football player for Morgan County. He's had a big pass breakup, another one there. And that also stops the clock, Perry. If you're Lewis County, did you want to kind of nurse this with a 6-0 lead, or they were looking for more there on first down?
Yeah, I think they will do what they can here on second down, Chris. Maybe third
Looked
be
like
a different
false
story.
Start. No call there. We had movement. They missed that one. There was some movement there before the snap. Anyway, it's a short gain. It's going to bring up 3rd and long with 4:17 to go.
Football. Yeah, here's a big play right here, Chris. I think if I'm Lewis, I don't throw the ball here.
No.
I run the ball and either get it or on a third and 8 or Morgan has to use a timeout.
Bloomfield, kind of a delayed little snap. He's going to throw it out, and that ball is dropped at the 40-yard line to Puente. And I've noticed they've gotten Puente split out more instead of the backfield, replaced him with McCray. 4th down. Cougars are going to get this football back, barring a penalty or some craziness on Lewis County's side if they decide to go for it or fake punt it. But Cougars set it pretty well.
Had him open. I don't know if he could have got a first down, but had him open. But he tried to run before he caught the ball, and doing one of the others enough, but both of them at the same time to challenge. Big opportunity here. They put their punter about 6 yards deep, so
there was another movement on the line. They're going to fake it with Puente.
Fake it.
Direct snap, and he is going to be stopped, I thought, but then they're going to give him a full progress. I thought he might have.
I thought his knee might have.
I thought he might have been down shy, but I can't really tell from this angle. He probably should have been tackled with about a 5-yard gain.
Gutsy play call that worked for Lewis County.
Yeah, you got to believe, though, Morgan County defensively, maybe do you take a timeout there once you see that Puente is back in direct snap? Take maybe a timeout there and say, hey, this kid can really run the football. We got to be aware of him taking off here. And the Cougars were caught off guard and surprised a little bit.
Very good point. Very good point. Been a prime opportunity. I know you don't want to use your timeout, but you sure don't want to give them a first down, which happened.
You can't sell them at halftime either. Back in the shotgun. He's looking to pass across the middle, and that ball is incomplete. Another situation where you stop the clock with 3 minutes to go.
Yep. Be interesting to see what to do on second. I would almost, but with faking the punt, I wouldn't be a bit surprised if they don't pass the ball, on second and third.
Absolutely.
Before that fake, I would have said, well, they might throw it here on second. They'll definitely run it on third if they don't get it. But I don't know if there's any deficits with Lewis County scheme right now.
2nd and 10, 46-yard line, the Lewis County Lions. Aiden Bloomfield, the quarterback for the Lions in the backfield. Handoff given there, and that's going to be like really good stop and tackle there up front from Morgan County. Is going to bring up a 3rd and long. Now we're under 3 minutes.
Yeah, good stop. 2-yard gain there. So 3rd down, clock's running, which if I'm Morgan, I let it run, and Lewis probably do also at this point.
Once again, Tanner Sparks, number 54, in to make the play. He's had a whale of a first half for Morgan County.
2:30 to go. Let's hear you.
He stayed in his spot well there, Chris. You know, he didn't. He played his zone and stayed in his zone, and that's what made the play happen.
Nice looking defensive player, strong kids, got good feet.
Here we go, huge down right here.
3rd and 9, Bloomfield looking. There was looks like a block below the waist, but they're going to give it out to Point today at the 50. He's going to break a tackle. He's going to cut across the grain. He's got blockers. If they can string it out. And still on his feet.
Good job, Coons.
And they corral him down. He had another 40-some yard run to gain 1, making people miss, but the Cougars stayed home there and didn't get all out of consorts. They're going to bring up a 4th down.
Yeah, I can see why they want to get the ball in his hands. He can do things with the ball.
I saw a block below the waist on the line. Thought it was outside of the tackle box. I think that's a really good call, that block below the waist.
So is that a loss of down too? Believe it. Be 4th or 3rd?
It'll be 4th. I don't know if it was a dead ball foul or not here, what he called, but I was assuming that's what he called. If it was a dead ball foul, then it would have brought it 4th down. But this may be a decision where the personal foul, and he's going to mark it. Which, you know, if you think about this, Perry, if you do bring up a 4th down, if they do have to punt and elect to do it, you're deep in your own territory, too. You can get a block punt. Try to find a way to score a touchdown on the special teams, like I talked about before the game, because anything can happen, especially with 152. The Cougars aren't a passing team. So you're going to have to get breaks like that.
Lewis doesn't have too much of a punter either. So the ball can go through his hands, be a 10-yard punt, be a 15-yard punt. So good opportunity here for Morgan County, 3rd and 24 to keep Lewis back here on the 32-yard line.
You think if you're Lewis County, 3rd and 24, deep in your territory, you would think run the football here to take some more time off the clock before you give it up and try to go into the half with a 6-0 lead and not do anything silly that can get Morgan County back into it. But you never know.
Yeah, I think I'd snap the ball to number 1.
Yes,
and let him go. Let him go wherever he goes, and if that's a 1-yard gain or a 25-yard gain or somewhere in between. But he's the athlete. Again, he was Offensive Player of the Week in the football playing teams of the 16th region for week 1, which is pretty amazing feat. And again, Lewis County snapped a losing streak.
25 games, the state's longest.
2.5 seasons, of without a win. So I put the ball in his hands.
Well, they're trying to win their 2nd in a row under Coach Dalton Stam. 6-0. They lead it with 1:52 remaining. 3rd and 24 for the Lions from their own 32-yard line.
Weekday, I would say.
All right, got set. He waits. Bloomfield looking. He's going to keep it himself. He is. And that's a pitch.
Play.
It was a lateral, and that's going to be strung out of bounds. Could have been disaster right there for Lewis County, but it was Zane Smikey who was able to hang on to that pitch, that lateral from the quarterback. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, quarterback made a late pitch, good pitch at the end. He was hit hard and going down, and had his running back out the side, McCray, and got it to him and picked up maybe 8 yards.
4th and 18.
4th and 18 now, so looks like they're going to punt. They do have the punter on the field, and they have him deep as a punter would be.
Lean back before the Cougars. Back to punt.
Looks like Tyson McCray back to punt for Lewis County.
There are no Jeff Browns punting here tonight. Jeff Brown was a heck of a punter. Donnie Gardner, a heck of a punter. No punters on either team match up with either of those guys.
Brian Goforth was another one. That's a good punt. That's going to bounce at about the 37 and kick out of bounds. The Cougars will take over 1st and 10. They've got a minute 35 to try to score their first touchdown of the season and tie this football game up. We'll take a 30-second break and we come back. You're watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You know, you call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
Cougars have it 1st and 10. Ty Bowman in the shotgun. He brings a man in motion and looks like they're going to have illegal procedure. Morgan County. Really, it may be a good call because it looks like his first movement was up the field instead of going in motion. And I think that's what they got the Cougar player for right there. It'll be a 5-yard penalty. Put us behind the sticks.
Yeah, no argument from Coach Easterling on that. No argument from us here in the booth.
Nope.
You know,
Good
just
call.
another mistake.
Pre-snap penalties. We talked about that again. You can't have them and win football games. Cougars got to rid themselves of the pre-snap penalty. 1st and 15 from their own 33-yard line. Ty Bowman. Under center. He's going to give it off to Lee. Is it bouncing around, or is that? He is stopped in his tracks in Lewis County. That's going to bring up 2nd down here. And you know, Perry, we're a team that really don't like to play from behind, but we're going to have to probably try to throw the football downfield if we're going to try to score here before the end of the half.
I don't think I would do that here.
You just take your medicine and go.
When you're not good at it and you're at the 33, you're on 33.
You want to live to fight another day.
Yep, and it's not this half. You know, we made too many mistakes this half. You know, the keys to win were no fumbles, long drives we need to have, can't have penalties. And we've had all that, plus we had an interception.
There's the pitch wide to Keaton. It looks like he's going to get the outside. He cuts it back across the grain and scoots up to around the 40-yard line, just shy, about the 37, 38, maybe a gain of 4.
Another flag, Chris.
Waiting on Dave Stafford to give the signal to the press box.
Good gain, good 5-yard run. Not going to do much for us, but again, as I was saying, we just need to get out of this half.
Not much offense for the Cougars in the first half. Personal foul, face mask, a big play, big call right there to get the face mask penalty. That's going to take the football up around midfield. You got 37 seconds to go. You just hope to bust one, get a broken tackle, and try to make a play here before the half.
Will be enough for a 1st down, Cougar.
Yeah, I think still, you know, Chris, at the 40, at the Lewis County 47, we still have to throw the ball or run the ball here. You know, maybe use a timeout after that. But the clock's already running. We're just getting the play in. You know, quarterback coming over the sideline. So, you know, at this point, if you're going to throw it, you better go ahead and throw it.
He's going to. Bowman's looking. He's looking to pass. He don't have a man, and it's incomplete. That will stop the clock with 14.6 seconds. Got a little happy feet right there. You're going to see maybe it's kind of hard, especially in the pocket, but to get your feet set, to get the football downfield. Just hand it off here. Hope to break a tackle, Perry, and take it on into the halftime and regroup and try to get things corrected and get ready for the second
I
half.
think that's all you can do, Chris. I mean, we don't have 47-yard plays, in our book. Doesn't mean that Kevin couldn't break one. Okay, doesn't mean he couldn't. By no means. If there's anybody that can, it'd be him. But it's not going to happen real often. But I will say, Lewis is still playing a regular defense to a large degree, which does give you a shot at getting through the line.
That's probably going to do it right there. 7 seconds, 6 seconds, rolling. I don't see a timeout by either side. They're going to take it to the locker room, and Lewis County is going to take a 6-0 lead into the half here at Don McKenzie Field at the Don McKenzie Classic. You're watching Cougar Football Spree TV. When we come back on the other side, we'll talk more first half recap and talk some other things around high school football. For Perry Allen, Chris Trusty, you're watching Spree TV on Mountain Telephone.
At Commercial Bank, banking has always been more than transactions. It's about people, relationships, and helping our community grow. Whether you're cashing a check, making a deposit, or opening your first account, we're here to make every visit easy and welcoming. Buying your first home is a big step. Starting a business, purchasing a vehicle, planning for your future, whatever your goals are, we'll take the time to find the lending solution that's right for you. We're local. We understand what matters most to our neighbors.
Hello, I am Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. Our greatest investment isn't in our buildings or technology, it's in people. Our team is dedicated to earning your trust through exceptional service, sound financial guidance, and genuine relationships that last for generations.
Hello, I'm Angie Howard Gillen, President of Commercial Bank. Every decision we make starts with one question: how can we better serve our customers and our community? That's the commitment we bring to work every single day.
Hi, I'm Grace Stevens. I look forward to serving you.
Hi, I'm Chris Trusty, and much like our area schools, Commercial Bank strives for excellence on and off the playing fields. Come in and let our bank team up with you.
I am Jonathan Campbell. I'm here to serve you for all your banking and lending needs.
Hi, I'm Randa Patrick.
Hi, I'm Brad LeMaster, and we here at Commercial Bank treat all of our customers just like family.
Hello, my name is Patty Gibson. I'm Senior Vice President of Commercial Bank. We are here to serve you, and I am so excited to do so.
We are here to help. We're here to listen.
We're here to serve. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Bank of the Mountains, we believe banking should be personal, convenient, and built around the communities we serve. As a locally owned bank, we are committed to providing reliable, friendly service. In fact, we believe you don't have to be one of the big banks to have a big impact. At Bank of the Mountains, we work hard to provide our customers with the financial tools they need to be successful. From helping families secure their own home to offering deposit products that fit your needs to providing our customers with the latest mobile banking features, we strive to keep an eye on the future while maintaining the same dependable service our customers have come to expect.
Hi, I'm Jody Stacy, President of Bank of the Mountains. We are proud to offer the personal service of the community bank along with all the modern financial tools that make managing your finances easier than ever. At Bank of the Mountains, we are committed to making banking simple, convenient, and local because our community deserves nothing less.
Bank of the Mountains. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Are you still stuck with a wireless carrier that just doesn't get you? You call for help, nobody knows your name, and they definitely don't know where you're from. Well, maybe it's time to come back home to someone who does. Switching back to Appalachian Wireless, it's never been easier. You can keep your number with no awkward breakup and no starting over. Just great savings on an advanced 5G network with local people. Keep your number, keep it local, and keep it connected. So come back home, because we are you. We are Appalachian Wireless.
At Juniper Health, great care begins with people you know. Familiar faces, rooted in the mountains of eastern Kentucky. We are nationally recognized. We provide award-winning care right here in your backyard. We're on your roads, in your schools, at your front door. This is our home too. Juniper Health, world-class care, hometown heart.
At Commercial Bank, banking has always been more than transactions. It's about people, relationships, and helping our community grow. Whether you're cashing a check, making a deposit, or opening your first account, we're here to make every visit easy and welcoming. Buying your first home is a big step. Starting a business, purchasing a vehicle, planning for your future, whatever your goals are, we'll take the time to find the lending solution that's right for you. We're local. We understand what matters most to our neighbors.
Hello, I am Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. Our greatest investment isn't in our buildings or technology, it's in people. Our team is dedicated to earning your trust through exceptional service, sound financial guidance, and genuine relationships that last for generations.
Hello, I'm Angie Howard Gillen, President of Commercial Bank. Every decision we make starts with one question. How can we better serve our customers and our community? That's the commitment we bring to work every single day.
Hi, I'm Grace Stevens. I look forward to serving you.
Hi, I'm Chris Trusty, and much like our area schools, Commercial Bank strives for excellence on and off the playing fields. Come in and let our bank team up with you.
I am Jonathan Campbell. I'm here to serve you for all your banking and lending needs.
Hi, I'm Randa Patrick.
Hi, I'm Brad LeMaster, and we here at Commercial Bank treat all our customers just like family.
Hello, my name is Patty Gibson. I'm Senior Vice President of Commercial Bank. We are here to serve you, and I am so excited to do so.
We are here to help. We're here to listen.
We're here to serve. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
At Bank of the Mountains, we believe banking should be personal, convenient, and built around the communities we serve. As a locally owned bank, we are committed to providing reliable, friendly service. In fact, we believe you don't have to be one of the big banks to have a big impact. At Bank of the Mountains, we work hard to provide our customers with the financial tools they need to be successful. From helping families secure their own home to offering deposit products that fit your needs to providing our customers with the latest mobile banking features, we strive to keep an eye on the future while maintaining the same dependable service our customers have come to expect.
Hi, I'm Jody Stacy, President of Bank of the Mountains. We are proud to offer the personal service of a community bank along with all the modern financial tools that make managing your finances easier than ever. At Bank of the Mountains, we are committed to making banking simple, convenient, and local because our community deserves nothing less.
Bank of the Mountains. Local people, local decisions, local commitment. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Chris Trusty back here at the half. Morgan County trails at 6-0 to Lewis County. Alongside me is Perry Allen. A couple things I want to talk about a little bit. First of all, we want to give all the praise in the world. Jonathan Keaton, our engineer, Tim and Junior on the cameras, the people that make the production of this on Spree TV, presented by Mountain Telephone, is just fabulous stuff. It's first class, top notch. Also our sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Bank of the Mountains, Juniper Health, and Commercial Bank here in West Liberty, tonight's game sponsors. Without them, a lot of this stuff is not possible. And also in the athletic world this week, been a tough week, personally and for people around the area. Longtime friend of mine and friend of a lot of people, Neil Knee-High West, athletic director at Magoffin County High School, passed away earlier this week. Thoughts and prayers to the Hornet community, people in Sayersville, all the friends that I have in Magoffin County. Knee-High was first class, top notch, loved his Magoffin County Hornets, and not only was a great athletic director, he was a heck of an athlete back in his day, playing college sports. Went to Alice Lloyd, played softball, one of the best softball players you've ever seen, and you just hate to lose somebody like that meant so much to their community.
Yeah, no question, Chris. It takes a lot of people like the ones that are in this booth right here down from us, that help put on a lot of things that go on in the counties. Tommy Stanifer down here that I mentioned earlier. Tommy's supported programs all over around the Morgan County High School, for years. Also, Chris, we had Larry Scott Blevins this week that passed away. Larry Scott is somebody that some people still remember from Morgan County, but Larry Scott played football here back in the very late 40s. Larry Scott lived in Frankfort, biggest part of his adult life, all of his adult life essentially. Worked for the state engineering department. Larry Scott played football here with the Blue Devils. He was on the same teams my dad was on, and many others, some real strong teams here. And Larry Scott graduated high school at 16 years of age.
Wow.
Went to University of Kentucky Engineering School, and then from there into the military, as so many did in those days. And then set up home, him and his late wife, Ethel, in Frankfort, Kentucky. Larry Scott used to come by the tailgates at the UK games on occasion and catch up with people there, big UK booster. And I was fortunate a couple of years ago, actually July the 18th of 24, to go down and visit Larry Scott at his home, and his son, Mike, who's a couple of years younger than people like Wallace Rose and I, but we met him through college at Morehead State University and fraternity we were in, and got to know Mike, and then the connection with Mike's dad, being from Morgan County and all. Mary Kay Elam's brother, Gary Lee Elam's brother-in-law, Larry Scott was, again, before passing away this past Tuesday. But when I visited with Larry Scott, he had a home office at that point. He'd been retired many years because, again, 2 years ago, he's 91. And he had all kinds. He knew I was coming. We was going to go to lunch, him and his son Mike and I, and he had all kinds of articles and pictures from Morgan County football and Morgan County history and the old Licking Valley Couriers. Had them laid out, had them there for us to discuss, talk about, and look over, and share his thoughts about about his days playing football at Morgan County and growing up here. So prayers are with Larry Scott's family, Mike and his wife Michelle, and the entire Blevins family. They're in Frankfort, and some families still here in Morgan County also. But a fine man.
Absolutely. You talk about how do we know about former players and past performances, and you mentioned the Licking Valley Courier. You think about, without somebody writing those stories, a lot of things would get lost. You forget, you take for granted people like David Patrick, of what he's doing to continue on into that sports column, and getting things where kids can have clipped out for years to come is so valuable. Really, we're talking about things from 50 years ago, but that it means something to people in the community, and just how much we should all cherish the opportunity to have a local paper and people that can put things into it, and hopefully people pick it up and read it, and then they can save it and see for years to come.
I look forward to getting it, even though living in Lexington, I get it a little late, but I grab it and look at it, and then I'll pass it on to some of my neighbors that are from the Appalachian Mountains also, and they love seeing local type news. But David Patrick, Earl Kenner needs to be thanked, Miranda Cantrell and the team there, and David needs to be thanked personally. And before David, there was Carl Burton. Carl Burton was a coach here at Morgan County for years, and then went away, came back, but turned into a real supporter of the program, and wrote an article after football and basketball games, each week, and went to the games, went to the away games, went to the home games.
Greg Kenner as well.
Yep, Greg was in my class, passed away way too early, in life. Earl's son. So again, it takes a lot of people like the gentleman you mentioned from McGoffin County, to make things work. A lot of things are done, and there isn't pay with it, and that's the way it's supposed to be.
Right.
That's the way it's supposed to be. I mentioned Larry Scott Blevins. He didn't go to the military. He didn't go to the military for the money. Okay.
Yeah, for his country.
Yep. He went for me and you and his family and many people he didn't know, same as so many have, across Morgan County. But Larry Scott could be the oldest living Blue Devil, still around. He would be close if he's not, and things like that are important. There's other people out there that, were part of the program in different ways. Jack Reed up in Fairfield, Ohio. Jack, I know, I can't remember if Jack played or not, but I know Jack was a manager on the teams in high school at times, and most likely played and managed too. Back in those days, we think 30 players isn't enough. Back in those days, a lot of times, they had 15 or 20 because kids from out in the county, if they was going to play football or basketball at the city school, West Liberty, they had to come in and live at West Liberty, and the county schools didn't have football. So if a kid wanted to play football, he had to come in and live.
District, yeah.
Well, just he couldn't. There wasn't no way back and forth, to travel after practice, before practice, to do that. So a lot of people to thank. The chain gangs that we talked about last year. Chris, over the years, Jeff Miller, who watches us each week from down in Jacksonville, Florida. His brother Jeff was a fine football player, pound for pound. You put Jeff Miller right in there with Terry Likens, and we talked about it a little earlier. You and I did. You put him in there with Harold Rose, J.D. Hackney, passed away last year. You put him right in there with Jeff Miller. Pound for pound players that are as good as you would find. But his brother, Coach Keith Miller, everybody knew him as Coach. Coached junior high for years. And Chris, you give me a hard time about laminating my notes and stuff before the game. And the first person I ever saw to do that was Coach Miller in junior high football.
Keith Miller, I
told his brother Jeff and my brother Hank, my brother Bill, and Rusty Linden, who all grew up, together. I told them today up here, I said the first person I think of when I go over there to FedEx to laminate my work is Coach Miller. He had this stuff, Chris, and he used it to call plays, defensive plays, offensive plays in junior high games. But at that point, the only people doing that outside of college coaches were Trendy, St. X, and Louisville Male in Louisville.
And he was doing that.
They weren't doing it in Lexington. He was doing it. Coach was doing it, and I don't know. It makes me, something I want to do in honor of Coach and others there. So, Chris, we're a minute 37 away here. Morgan's really they've got to change two things, Chris. They've got to change their turnovers and their penalties is what they've got to change. Giving up 6 points, if you can't ask much more than that out of your defense, give up 6 points.
Yeah, you got to take your hat off to Morgan County defense. They fought, battled. I think Tanner Sparks has been fabulous up front for Morgan County, so they're giving themselves a chance. But you got to have that playmaker, and we're not blessed with a lot of electrifying speed, but you got to be able to hang on to the football, get it down plays, make positive plays, and let that offensive line lean on that defensive line of Lewis County and utilize that offensive line because they've got some talent, they've got some size, they've got some strength, and somehow the Cougars need to find a way to get on the scoreboard.
No question.
About ready to kick it off here to begin the third quarter. Junior Arnett is going to be set to tee it up.
Junior Arnett kicking for the Cougars.
Does Morgan County do any little trickery here? Looks like they're trying to get themselves organized. You pooch this down. You want to keep it out of the hands, obviously, of the Lewis County playmakers. Looks like a little bit of confusion there with Coach Easterling question here. I don't know what he's upset about.
Yeah, I don't know what he's talking to the official about.
And the official here's...
We've got 11 players on the field. We've got a tee and we got a football.
They got 11.
I think he's wanting to move it to the hash. Okay, that's what it was. And the official wasn't allowing him to move it off the 50, off the center.
Yeah, you can line that up as you please.
So he's wanting to put it on the hash nearest the press box. And for some reason, the official wasn't allowing that to happen. But they got it straightened out. Officials are human too.
Junior Arnett ready to put a boot to it.
Good
he
kick.
Does.
Good kick.
Bite.
Perfect.
But it'll start at the 35-yard line. Had he touched the football there, then it would have been better. But smart play there by number 2, Jaden Cottingham, who lets it go out of bounds. And
Well, Chris, I think he tried to touch it. He just couldn't get there in time.
Yes, he wanted to. We were trying to coach him to.
He gave it about all he had. You're very nice, Chris.
Yeah.
Very kind.
I thought that was somebody's cell phone going off in the background, but.
You know, we got a couple of scores in from some games going on downstate. Cal, Christian Academy of Louisville, CAL Cal up 35-0 in the second quarter over Owensboro. Huge score there. Cal beat Pikeville pretty bad last week, but Pikeville single A. Cal won AAA last year.
Correct snap there, and that's going to be about a 9-yard pickup. Lewis County on first down is going to bring up second and short for the Lions.
Russell on the carry. Bring it down.
That was Alex Russell, number 8 for Lewis County.
Yeah, Owensboro is ranked 6th in the state overall. 6th in the state overall, and Cal, handing it to them.
Cal's for real. It's
ranked 3rd in the state.
They're for real.
Male versus Ballard, 7-7 at the half. Louisville Male versus Louisville Ballard, 7-7 at the half.
There's a screen pass out to number 14, Tyler Fields. He's going to cut against the grain. He's going to pick up the first down. Screen pass there from, I think it was number 14, Tyler Fields, completed there by Aiden Bloomfield on the screen. He's going to pick up a first down for Lewis County. Cougars need to force a turnover here and try to flip the script, Perry.
Yes, they do. Lewis County's protected the ball pretty well tonight on their side, and gotta have a stop here.
Low snap. He's got an alley here. He's down inside the 30-yard line. And thought there were some things up in the backfield that looked like some extracurricular activity. Nothing happened there. Big burst. Once again,
another
big
30-yard gain there.
Big plays have gashed Morgan County tonight. That's about the 3rd or 4th gash play that Lewis County's had to kind of flip the field.
Yeah, the last time they got a little momentum going, they scored. So hopefully this time they've got a little mo going, but hopefully that's just a couple of plays of it, and we can put a stop here. Ball on 29-yard line of Morgan.
You don't want to go down 2 scores, Perry.
No, not when we haven't scored last week or first half this week.
1st and 10 from the Morgan County 29-yard line. 10:53 left to play in the 3rd. Handoff is to Puente. He's going to try to kick it outside. There was a hold. We could all see that one. That's going to back him up 10 yards.
The good thing about that official, Chris, he don't move, okay? I've mentioned that before. He stays in that one spot, so he can see about everything that happens.
He stays in his area, right?
Well, he stays in that one spot, no matter where the ball is.
Well, we could all see that one here.
It was against Lewis.
Of course, we're going to accept that.
Yeah, we needed that there. Lewis is coming up the line, but they're going to have to back up to get to the line.
This is where you got to use the momentum to your favor. You got them playing behind the sticks. You got to keep them there.
Yeah, Lewis is going to do all they can to score on this drive, Chris. It's a good position still for them. So they might be throwing it. The interception would be big right now.
Puente and Fields are split out. Bloomfield's got all day. The ball's up in the air. And just good coverage there by Morgan County. Just past the outstretched arms there of the Lewis County receiver. But good coverage, like you said.
Yeah, receiver, our DB was all over that. Ball hit on about the 5, and he was out in front of the receiver, so couldn't have had any better coverage on that.
I think that was Brett Potter on the coverage for Morgan County. Did his assignment, did a good job there in coverage deep for Morgan. Brings up 2nd down 20 at the 39-yard line.
Second, about 20 for the lines.
You know, I don't blame Lewis in a way for doing that, but I think I would have took a little different approach. They're not good enough to do that.
There was a motion that didn't get called. The slot receiver moved once again. Actually, Puente, I thought there, moved before the snap. Nobody picked that up. That's going to be a gain.
Lee on the stop.
Alex Lee once again on the stop from Morgan County. Does bring up a 3rd and long. It's definitely 4-down territory for Lewis County.
Yep, about a 3rd and 14 here. Big opportunity here for Morgan to get out of this and get back to where we can get this game at least evened up and maybe go ahead 8-6. But first thing they got to do, they got to stop this 3rd and 4th down for Lewis County here. Ball on the Morgan 33, Chris, and I look for Lewis to throw the ball again here.
9:45, clock is running. Phil's looking. He's got a man, and that is caught. Great catch right there, just inside the 30-yard line. That was Braylon Puente. Once again, a fabulous catch by the sophomore. Good pass and throw from Bloomfield to Puente.
Yeah, about a 4th and 10 coming up, so gave them what they needed. He didn't get to run with the ball after the catch, Chris. Very important that he did have to, as you mentioned, leave his feet, which he did well, but very good that he had to leave his feet.
Big play defensively for Morgan County. Down 6-0. Lewis County is driving. They've got the football inside the Cougar 30 at the 29.
Well, it's going to go to number 14 or number 1.
Bloomfield back to pass. He's looking deep. He's got a man. We've got coverage down there, and that ball is broken up, and it very well could have been caught.
Could have been caught. He had good coverage, but it's like he lost it.
Yeah.
Or DB, like he lost it, and then like the receiver lost it.
And then I thought we were going to make a play as an interception, and I thought they were going to catch it for a touchdown. But at any rate, that's a stop and a win for Morgan County.
It's a good throw.
Great throw. He had all day. We didn't get a lot of pressure in the backfield either.
Well, 1st and 10 for the Cougars. 29-yard line, good long drive here to wrap up the 3rd quarter. 9 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Here's where you got to exert your will. You got to lean on that offensive line. They've got to pick up the blocks. You got to blast off the line of scrimmage. And I'd like to see the Cougar backs make more decisive plays with their feet and getting downhill.
Yeah, hopefully that's something Coach Easterling talked to them about at halftime. Just make the cut and get what you can get.
Bowman, there's another pre-snap penalty. That's probably the 3rd or the 4th pre-snap penalty of a football game. Once again, you can't get yourself behind the sticks when you're a rushing football team.
Yeah, to go along with personal foul early in the game, it set us back. They still got a lot of things, Chris, to clean up. Got a lot of things to clean up. It's week 2, and they can still win this football game. But they got a lot of things to clean up. They got a schedule that can work for them, which is good. But they got to clean things up.
Absolutely,
or the schedule won't matter.
1st and 15, ball's on their own 24-yard line. Ty Bowman, the quarterback, under center. He's going to give it to Keaton, and he's got a chance. He gets outside the 30 to the 34-yard line before he's dragged down there out of bounds at the Lewis County sideline. Good pickup there on 1st down.
Yeah, good 6-yard gain.
Maybe you just stay with that, Keaton to the outside, and just try to wear out that. Our offensive left, their defensive right, we've been able to have some success. You kind of want to stay with that.
I agree, Chris. I think we got to do, and I would say the same thing to Lewis. Lewis is sometimes calling some plays that they're not good enough to call.
Right.
Okay, I'm not putting them down. We're not good enough either. So we got to stick to what you do well. You got to stick to what you do well. Mixed in a good pass play early in the game. Got a good 30-yard gain out of that.
Bowman's under center. There's the handoff given. A nice run up the middle. Good blocking by the offensive line. And also that looks like we were really decisive there, hitting the holes harder than we were in the first half.
There wasn't no dancing, was there? He hit the hole. Good 7-yard gain for a 1st down. Got the ball at the 42-yard line. 8.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. No penalties, no fumbles, just wear their butts out.
I like the way we're running the football now. Like I said, getting downhill brings up a 1st and 10 from their own 42, 8:16 left in the 3rd. Bowman under center. He's going to hand it off. He's got a convoy ahead of him.
Cut it
upfield, and pretty good gain right there.
Good gain.
Kind of stood up there on the run. Lee on the carry. Dragged the defender with him. Got to about the 47, 48 yard line.
7-yard gain.
A good first down run. Run hard.
Very good.
Get what you can get. Live to fight to the next down.
Puts us in position, I guess, a 6-yard gain puts us in position, 2 downs to get 4.
This brings up memories from the West Carter game last year where Morgan County had that epic drive to cap it off. However many plays it was, 80-some yards. Took 12 minutes off the clock, 10 minutes off the clock.
Just
that's
going
what you
the
want to see
opposite
here.
direction.
Just going the opposite direction.
We were going towards the Caney Creek that week, and we're going up the holler this week.
Bowman under center. There's the pitch, and there's a fumble. Pitch was behind him just a little bit, and he had an alley. Really, if he could have got that ball out in front of him, I think we pick up big yardage, but a miscue on the pitch there
now
on the quarterback
in
exchange.
A 3rd and 9 now.
We take those 2 steps forward and a step back. You want to see us kind of keep taking multiple steps forward there and not have the step back, especially in a game where you're down 6-0. Bowen now in the shotgun. There's a second back through, and he is hit and dropped. That was a long developing play there, Perry.
Yeah, it was, and they had a pretty good idea. We were going to run it. So, the Lewis County players and coaching staff, give them credit. They stayed in their lanes and just went straight forward. So now we're in a 4th. I don't think we have a choice but to punt.
You have to punt the football here.
Down only 6-0 at this point, and 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So if you don't, you take yourself out of the game, and it looks like we are punting.
Ooh, gets off just in time. End over end kick. That's going to take a Morgan County bounce. Gets inside the 25. He's going to pick it up there. He makes a man miss. He's out to the 30, the 35, 40. He's at midfield, and a great return there for Lewis County. And the Cougar pursuit, I really don't know where it was there, Perry, but it wasn't around the football. I thought we should have had some more guys getting downfield.
Well, they didn't keep their lanes, it appears, Chris, they went towards where the ball hit, and that was 29-yard line where he picked it up at.
Yeah.
And they went towards the ball instead of staying in their lane, and therefore it left the Lewis County sideline pretty much wide open. And so Lewis going to have the ball, back about where they turned it over at to us.
And shaking up on the play is Tanner Sparks, and that's a player you can't have out of the football game right now if you're Morgan County. He's had a great first half. He's down here on the sidelines, and
I believe he'll be back in, don't you?
Yeah, you hope so. Maybe he's just gassed a little bit. Hopefully he can get back in there. Perry, does anything wild happen tonight? 6-0. There was a fumble. Maybe on cue. We've got the.
Well, Chris, what a play, okay?
We got the moon rising there.
We send a tackle in from our bench for the player that was hurt. He's getting out there late, okay? I don't know that he ever stopped running, okay? I'd have to see the replay.
And just went straight to the play.
Went straight to the play and assisted on the tackle, there. Luckily, he was on our side of the ball when he went in. Yeah, Chris, it's another full moon night. Last night, I'm sure you were up with me and others watching the lunar eclipse last night. I really enjoyed that kind of thing last 10 or 15 years.
Hey, maybe in between plays here, we can get a good shot from our camera crew of the moon as it rises up over Don McKenzie Field on the banks of Caney Creek. It's a pretty picturesque vision look that we've got over top of the scoreboard here. Lewis County, 6-0, leading at 5 minutes to go.
What we got here, Chris? What did we miss while we were looking at the moon?
We were landing on the moon, I think, at this point, Perry. I didn't see Dave Stafford's call there, but they bring it back. Probably a block in the back on the punt.
2nd and 33, so,
Bloomfield back to pass, so he's setting up a little slip-out screen. That looks like a takedown. That's a fumble. Morgan County may have it.
We got it.
Cougars have the football. Big play. A huge defensive play just on cue, the moon rising. I said, will something wild happen? It finally does. Morgan County has shifted momentum. They've got the football deep in Lewis County territory.
Sets up a screen, and we read it, and the guy making our kid making the tackle stripped him, and another player right there to fall on it, Chris.
And whoever it was made
plays.
the tackle. It looks like they were being held too. I thought there was a hold, but he made a great play on the football, and that's what you have to do when your back's against the wall. Players have to make plays. 5 minutes, 10 seconds to go in the third quarter. Morgan County has the football. They're threatening inside the 30-yard line of Lewis County. Cougars trying to make something happen. Bowman with the pitch here.
Good game.
Is that Lee?
Lee on the carry.
Yep, Alex Lee once again. The good thing is I'm able to tell we've got Kevin with the pink shoes on and Alex with the white, so you're not going to tell by the number differential.
You know, Chris, I think that's something that you and I and some others need to work on for next season is to get them some new jerseys. We went through 2 years. We're going through our second year of this, and you know, Cal is now up 49-0 over Owensboro in the third quarter.
Bowman split backs here with Keaton and Alex Lee. He's going to give it off to Keaton. He's got an alley straight up the gut there, off left tackle.
Chris, right there is what you were talking about right there, though, to start the second half. He didn't go out left, okay? He hit the hole and stayed right there, went straight ahead instead of trying to outrun people to the outside.
It's a great adjustment by the Morgan County staff and the players by being able to get downhill, like we said, and utilize that offensive line. Made a great hold there and a great pickup on first down. Cougars have it at the 15-yard line of Lewis County with 4 minutes and 13 seconds to go in the third. Cuts it right up again. He plants his foot in the ground.
Good gain.
Excellent job. Great adjustment.
Gain. Yeah. No running again. No trying to go wide. Just staying right in the. Good blocking. I mean, both plays. I mean, it's not like they're having to fight. They're getting 3 or 4 yards before they get touched.
We're using our strength now between the tackles and letting that offensive line do its job, imposing their will on the front
and they're
four.
doing it.
Yeah, they are. Hats off to the offensive line for Morgan County tonight. The offensive line's created the holes tonight. That's for certain. Keaton is definitely more decisive too, Perry, with a good adjustment, getting upfield. I think you stay with what brought you here to this point. Cougars taking a long time.
Waving a flag of some sort off. Not sure what it was to start with. Are you?
Didn't see any signal to the press box unless I missed it. Coach Easterling looks confused down on the sideline. I'm looking at the broadcast telecast.
What happened and what's going on? And
clock now rolling, 3 minutes, 55 seconds.
See David Osborne and his wife Tammy here tonight. I think they've got a grandson playing.
Bowman under center is going to give it off.
Good cut back there.
Good cut back, and Lee's able to press forward just enough to get that positive yards for Morgan County.
You know, that's what Kevin done and Lee both last year, Chris, is, you know, they always fell forward. And good running backs always gain a yard, even when they're hit, you know,
Chris
right
Rodriguez was really good for that at Kentucky.
He was. Benny Snell, absolutely. You know, Hobo Jackson, always, the Mark Hobo Jackson, the late Mark Hobo Jackson, the Jackson family here in Morgan County. He never went backwards.
Bowman under center. He's going to give it off to Keaton.
Run.
He's got a chance. He's to the 5, 2, touchdown, Morgan County, and a flag. He took his helmet off.
That should be on Lewis County.
It should be on Lewis County. That's the new rule this year that they incorporated. You cannot have hands to the helmet. We're definitely going to take the results to the play.
What we're talking about, the play behind the line of scrimmage, personal foul on Lewis. against one of our linemen.
Hey, half the distance to the goal here. Big 2-point conversion. You really like your chances if you're Morgan County to get this 2-point conversion and take the lead for the first time this season. First touchdown of Morgan County season. Kevin Keaton runs it in. Once I said, offensive line's doing a great job in the second half.
And he done a heck of a job running there,
he sure
Chris.
did.
You know, he followed the blocker. He didn't try to go all the way wide to the pylon. He saw the blue turf and the end zones at the Don McKenzie field and went towards the blue.
Trying to wait on Dave Stafford to give the call to the box.
Yeah, that's going to take a while, Chris.
Personal foul. Offsetting.
Pitiful. That's against if it's offsetting.
Yeah, because that is a new NFHS rule on the hands to the helmet. And that's got to be enforced. I did not see it. I just saw the helmet off. But if that's what happened.
Well, our player didn't take it off.
No, he did not. And I don't understand the offsetting. But
here we go.
Here we go.
We're a tied ball game. 3 minutes to go in the third, and a full moon, and we're right back in this, momentum-wise and score-wise. Cheerleaders doing a heck of a job tonight, Chris. They got us off to a good start. We were doing our interview with Coach Eastwing before the game, and listening to their two advisors, two coaches.
Bowen under center. Second back throw. He's got a chance up in there, and that's going to be good.
No flags. 2 points good. 8-6 Cougars.
8-6 Morgan County. Kevin Keaton, man, hats off to him and his run. Alex Lee get us down there too. But that offensive line, Perry, I want to give them the kudos because they've made things happen. They blasted off the line. That gives Morgan County the 8-6 lead with 3 minutes to go. Interestingly enough, I don't know if the clock started or not on that, but Cougars have the lead.
2-point conversion.
That's right, 2-point conversion. I thought it was over that.
You know, it looked like Mike Fife and Linville Martin blocking back, and Linville was a younger player on the teams I played on, but a stud in the making, and Mike Fife was a stud, and looked like the blocking that they would put forth on those plays. This drive, you know, this entire drive there. Linville went on to play football at Morehead State University and on scholarship there, and ended up running the vocational school system up in Martin and Floyd County, and retired now. Quite a football player, good person. Same with Mike Fife. Mike's won through still some health issues, Chris, and working hard to fight those. And prayers are with Mike and Lisa and their family.
Absolutely. Well said there, Perry.
Chris, I don't want to take away from the momentum we got going, but also I think, you know, I think we need to mention Dolly Parton and her passing. You know, what a human being.
Absolutely.
And what she's done for people that she would have never known. If she'd lived been 150, she wouldn't have known all the people that she helped.
If anybody has a bad thing to say about Dolly Parton, they need to have their head checked.
Good kickoff. Out of end zone.
All right, touchback there. But yeah, the touchback on Dolly, the impact she had educationally, music-wise, culturally. That's one of the people and celebrities that you can't say anything negative about. And
well, she done a good job of not allowing herself or others to paint her in any of those settings either.
Absolutely.
Where so many allow it or choose it. You know, Chris, what was the book project that she had? Do you remember?
Yes, Morgan County Schools were involved with that book project that she led the way with.
It was interesting. The day she passed, I've got two new grandbabies, okay? One's 5 months, one's 7 months. They received her books that day, the day she passed. Free books, you know, to kids all over the world. And just, you know, just such a kind, helpful person.
Lewis County had a late addition onto the field.
Come up.
Puente, and he's going to get some space. He's dancing around, makes a fumble. I thought that ball come loose.
There's a flag.
And there's another
too.
flag, and that may be.
What could that be?
Yeah.
I'm
not going to call
sure
it.
Wasn't a face mask. Illegal block or hold or They called a personal foul.
Personal foul. I don't
know how it's a personal foul
on the tackle
when there wasn't no face mask.
I didn't see targeting. I didn't see, because he didn't give that. What could it have been? I don't know. The moon is full tonight, Perry, so that may be the reason why. I don't know.
That guy hadn't done much to. He's hurt us tonight on his own. But again, as I mentioned, he stays. He's right where the play is, as long as it doesn't go far.
Well, with 2:38 to go, Lewis County trails at 8-6. They have the football at their own 37. Bloomfield, low snap. Try to string it out. You want to get wide. Puente's looking to cut back.
Good job, D.
And a great job of corralling and staying home was the Cougar defensive players there. Great job getting on outside containment
Chris,
and leverage.
It's really just huge to get a stop right here. You know, a team like Lewis County that lost 25 in a row, won one game. You know, you let them get ahead, let them stay in the game, and that one game means a lot.
Absolutely.
We hold them here and get up another score, and they start thinking that we're same old Lewis to a degree.
Right.
Okay. You know, I've been through wins and losses, and more than my share of losses playing, and it can work on you.
Keep an eye on number 14, Tyler Fields. They haven't gone to him since the first half. Puente, again, is going to get it and get some good yardage, 4 or 5 yards.
3rd and 10,
Mm-hmm.
3rd and 9.
You kind of wonder if they're setting up for something to sneak the Fields kid, which is a tall receiver, maybe something behind the linebackers. They can get across the middle of the playing field. And we shall see. 1:18 and the clock is rolling in the third quarter. It's
Kelton
what we
King,
expected.
number 58, going in the game for us right now. Junior, a good-looking player here. So I would assume they brought him in for a rush, try to get some rush on the quarterback here.
Kelton
He's
had a good
playing
season
the
last year.
defensive end nearest the press box.
Puente back to pass, and he is hit as soon as that. Is that going to be a fumble or
Fall
a
on
forward
the
pass?
ball.
Pick it up. They said incomplete pass. Great pressure on the outside. He just beat that right tackle.
Is that the quarterback at third or the
Yes.
guy that's blocking?
I can't see.
You know, he
have a
caught the
number?
quarterback throwing the ball. For those of you that maybe just didn't see the full play, quarterback went back to throw and was coming somewhat forward with the ball when he got hit. He was in a bad position there, but
Kind of looked like
football.
Max Crosby coming right there as an edge rusher and getting their hands up. Morgan County defensive line, give the credit, getting their hands up like you're supposed to in making plays. Tanner Sparks did that early. I don't know the number that was in on that play, but he beat his man. He whipped him and was able to get around that block and make a huge play to set up 4th down.
Chris, I'm going to take a second here to go over a few more restaurants on the way games for anybody who wants to make any notes out there. But again, I mentioned East Ridge's already been played, but Pike wasn't an easy drive anymore. Wright Brothers Distillery, and then Dorsey's Dairy Bar. But you don't have to go to Dorsey's Dairy Bar. You can go to Freezer Fresh or Frosty Freeze Diesel. Harlan, Joe's Fried Chicken. We showed the picture of that. Jonathan did a while ago. That's a must over in Isom, Kentucky, whether it's a football game or not. West Carter. Might need to go through Grayson, go to the Hog Trough over in Grayson. Breathitt County, you know, I think I would just go on to Red Point Barbecue.
There you go.
That's what I would do. You know, Hardee's is good, but we've got a Hardee's. So I think I would just go on to Red Point
in the
Barbecue.
Gorge, yes.
And on the Gorge, Wolf County address, out around Rogers. Great restaurant. And then for Fairview, I'd go to Wings, Etc., which is kind of in Russell, Kentucky. The owner is Ray Davis. Or if you want to go across the river to Ohio, Scioto River, RIBBER, Scioto River House, steaks, prime rib, top shelf. But there's some of my, you know, Richie Stacy, Wallace Rose, Bobby Bowersock, Steve Vance. They vouch on the River House.
The Scioto River in Portsmouth, Ohio. Back to punt. McCray has a high snap. He's going to get it off.
Wasn't no roughing the kicker
We
there.
got lucky. Get away. I was hoping they wouldn't have a roughing the kicker there.
I don't think he got close to it, but maybe he did. Maybe that's what he's down. Our player's down. Maybe it's because he got kicked by the.
He may have took a boot in the rear on that one.
He had a little bit of a shot at blocking it, but he done the right thing by definitely not running into the kicker. Well, here we go, Chris. It's great. He's coming off. He's limping. It did hurt his leg is hurt. But 39 seconds left in the third quarter, and we got the ball on our own 33-yard line, up 8-6. Believe he might be able to come back in. But he does. He is.
Was that Sparks again?
He
can't see the
turns around here in a second. We'll be able to get a little better look.
54, Tanner Sparks. Yeah, he's been banged up tonight.
Yeah, he has. Here we go.
Here's a chance for the Cougars if they could march it downfield and put a dagger in this game to go up 2 scores. You hope. Bowman is going to hand it off. Got a big hole. Cuts it up. Makes a decent little run. It's made something out of nothing. 2 yards on a gain. Looked like the hole was there, just a little late developing.
Yep. It's okay. Positive yard.
If I'm Morgan County, I let this clock roll. Well, we got a player down, so it's going to stop. Try to get this thing into the fourth quarter, put 4 fingers in the air, and go the other way.
You know, Chris, Lewis County, go back again to Gary Kidwell, who coached every sport that Lewis County had.
100%.
Sometime or another, he was either the coach or they got caught short without a coach, and he stepped in to coach. And Gary passed away a couple of years ago. I know you were very good friends with his son Merle, who also passed away, at 50?
Yeah, he wasn't very old. He had just retired. Merle Kidwell's one of my close friends, brought us all together, and we miss Merle daily. We miss Bear, Gary Kidwell, too. Kidwell's Corner on Saturday mornings.
Running radio show for nearly 50 years.
The longest running
radio show out of Vanceburg. I last saw Gary at a MSU Morehead State University basketball camp. He had a grandson there, he and his wife, and I had Kingston, one of the grandsons.
Hey, what about Kingston, by the way? Cal Ripken champions.
Yeah, Chris,
that was awesome to see.
I wondered when you was going to bring it up. I said, God, I don't want to bring it up myself.
I'm bringing it up.
I don't want to bring it up myself. I said, surely Chris will mention something.
Now you're right here. Tell us about it.
So we got a 10-year-old grandson. He'll be 11 September the 22nd in Lexington. He plays out at Veterans Park and 10 and under league there, and the Crush, Southeast Lexington Crush, and they qualified through different tournament qualifiers, E-Town all the way up into Fort Wayne, Indiana, and then ended up making the World Series over in Stafford, Fredericksburg, Virginia, the Cal Ripken 10 Under World Series. So, that was tremendous. I mean, nobody in our family's ever made any World Series, and that's just tremendous. So Rob and I pack up and head that way after our 4-year-old granddaughter Margot having her birthday party. We take off and get over there, and his mom and dad, Tevin and Amy, my daughter, and are there along with their new baby Capri, who's 7 months old, and they win 6 games in 8 days. They don't lose a game and win the College World Series or the Little League World Series. Take off, Chris, and I'll follow back up in a second.
Kevin Keaton, once again, it's been a steady dose of Kevin Keaton off that left side, gets to the outside, and he's really running the football hard. He's run so much better here in the second half than he did the first. He looks decisive now at this point.
Hey, I think Coach Easterling did have a talk with him and say, you can get these yards, just run. We don't need it. You try to get 30 or 40 every time.
Don't think, just do.
But they played 6 games over there and won all 6. They were down 4-0 going into the last at bat in the last inning, 6th inning, and came back to win 5-4. So it was a blast.
Bowman's going to hand it off, and once again, is that
first down?
Keaton, that's a first down. Kevin Keaton. Tell you what, Lewis County did a really good job, but they over-penetrated their gaps. And that over-penetration could have been a 2 or 3 yard loss.
Century ran by him, didn't they?
Ran right by him. They were there, just ran by him.
You know, one of the cool things about that over there, Chris, they're 10-year-olds, and you wish they would stay kind of this way the whole way.
Yeah.
After a big game, every game was a win over there, whether they beat Puerto Rico, whether they beat two teams from California, beat New Jersey in the championship. But these kids would go down, parents and some grandparents take them down to this big river, shallow river, big river, and they all brought their rods and reels.
How about
and
that?
they would either fish or swim or both.
That's awesome.
And I've got pictures of all that. So thank you for bringing it up.
10 and a half
then I'll
minutes.
share a restaurant on the way over, too, that I found.
Bowman back to pass. I like to see him
Good
keep
job.
it here, and he does. He gets
Gonna have a
positive,
hold back
and we've
here,
got a
probably.
hold. Yeah.
I don't know what that kid's doing there, though. I mean, what are they letting the Lewis County kid buy with there?
You have a flag down.
Not sure. Holding.
I mean, I'm not saying it wasn't holding on us. I assume it was. You know, the ump I've criticized, he's standing right there.
Could have been a dead ball
but,
foul.
Yeah, afterwards. But Robin and I on the way over, we didn't take the toll road the whole way. We didn't take the interstates the whole way. We went up 79 at Charleston, West Virginia, and then got on the Senator Robert Byrd Appalachian Highway. And it is one of the prettiest drives I've ever been on.
Really? Yeah.
And we got off in a town called Moorefield, West Virginia, and we found an Italian restaurant about the size, about twice the size maybe of West Liberty. Had lasagna calzone. Calzone.
Lasagna?
Frankie, did you hear that? Lasagna calzone. Moorefield, West Virginia.
There's the handoff, second back through, and Lewis County defense really kind of pick up the pace here. Big stop. That might have been Tyson McCray. I think he's had a big night. He's played really well, for Lewis County on the defensive side there at linebacker. 10 minutes to go. You really like to see Morgan County march this thing down the field, get some first downs, not set up a punt situation where you're deep in your territory on a wobbly snap or something, and for them to pick up a cheap score and go ahead.
You know, we want to mention again a little bit more and wrap up the Lewis County part a little bit, but we mentioned Gary Kidwell, and then want to mention Corky Prater, who was quarterback over there when the 73 team played. Him and Hank went against each other kind of a whole lot there, as did those teams. And then Mort Bertram, who's a doctor, and he was a receiver for Corky Prater over there, and went on to become a fraternity brother of Hank's at UK, but Mort's been a medical doctor in Florida for a long time. But good rivalry there, but a good, clean, two good football team rivalry.
Long-time head basketball coach, a good friend of mine, Joe Hampton, was also played football at Lewis County. He was a quarterback, a linebacker, just a great overall athlete. We won't tell you when he played because that would tell his age. But there's a lot of good athletes come out of Vanceburg, a lot of great knowledge of Andy Plummer.
David Gauntz before your time a little bit.
Good kick, good Morgan County roll, and if it hits him, and he's going to pick it up, and he's going to gain yardage. Smart play. He might even score. What a smart play by Jaden Cottingham. And once again, Perry, I'm wondering where's the rest of our pursuit down the field and special teams? Nowhere to be found.
Yeah, they're going to have to practice their punt coverage a little bit, Chris. They have to practice the punt coverage a little bit.
That's a 30-yard flip in the field. That ball should have been downed by a Morgan County player right there. Instead, they let him pick it up and scoot 25, 30 yards down the sidelines. And now Lewis County has the football and a chance to take this lead late in the game. We're good. Good for now. This
Well, we really need to, understatement, need to stop them here. Ball on the 31, 1st and 10. They're on the Cougar 31. So momentum a little bit, opportunity here for Lewis for it to shift a little. Will they take advantage of it, or will Morgan County step up to the play here? Head 8-6 with 9 minutes, a little under 9 minutes to go in the game.
Drama in West Liberty. Hayden Bloomfield's going to call his own number. He's going to take it to the outside, cut it upfield, and he gets knocked and banged around down inside the 20. And if you're in Lewis County, you're in a really good spot. And the turning point of this football game was the punt where it should have been downed, and just didn't happen.
Yeah, good blocking there and a good run. Just a direct snap to the quarterback, and all he did is just took off to the left, and there you go.
Cougars' backs against the wall. They're going to need a turnover or a stop on downs. 8 minutes, 29 seconds to go in the football game. 8-6. Cougars lead it.
That's definitely 4-down territory.
Don McKenzie Classic.
That's a legal procedure.
Yep. That's happened a few times tonight, Perry, that I don't think's been called. There's been a lot of movement, pre-snap movement.
You're right, Chris. The snaps came 0.3 of a second after the movement. So that's a good break for us there. Put it 1st and 15 now.
If you're Coach Dalton Stam, you got this time. You definitely, number one, you want to take the lead. 1st and 15. You're Lewis County. What do you do here?
Yeah, I keep running the ball. But right there, they had a good game, to play before. A very good game. I'd keep, again, as I mentioned early in the game, Lewis County done some things early in the game that they weren't capable of doing, okay? And they're not that good. They need to do what they can do well, and that's put the ball in the playmaker's hands.
He keeps it. He's got room, and he gets up the middle, breaks a tackle. And
he's a big kid.
Yeah, why not?
This is something new they're doing here, Chris.
Like
they hadn't
had
him running it.
Yeah.
He's a solid built kid.
Coach Stam says, you know what? Enough of that dancing. Let's just go north-south also. Try to give Morgan County a taste of their own medicine of keeping it between the tackles and just direct snap, take it and go. We got plenty of time, and that's what they're doing.
Yeah, there's a good chance, if Lewis scores, we'll get the ball one more time, and we'll have to answer, and that's a good chance that'll be it.
Bloomfield back in the shotgun. He's got two backs. Looks like he almost bobbled the snap there. He's going to keep it himself, and he's going to come up short.
Yeah, going to be a yard short.
3rd and short. And you kind of what Lewis County's want to do. They don't want to do anything silly. They're going to keep the ball between the tackles, direct snap, and go with it.
Yeah. And, it'd be a prime time if you wanted to throw the ball, do it right here, but that'd be silly. Again, that's doing what I was saying, trying to do things they're not necessarily capable of doing. You got 2 downs, get a yard. If you can't get that in 2 downs, then you don't deserve to win. Or don't deserve to go ahead. And if you're Morgan, you're almost getting down to the point where you got to hold them or let them score.
Exactly.
to get the ball back.
To get the ball back, because it takes us a long time to get down the field. Bloomfield surveying it. He takes the snap. And he is hit and stopped. I
believe he got it.
Believe he got it, but he got met really hard.
Yes, he did.
A hard hit right there. Morgan County, a host of Cougars on the takedown.
Probably the hardest hit he took tonight.
That was a stick. Call a 1st down. It is. First down, Lewis County. 6 minutes to go.
Well, they don't measure anymore much, do they?
Boy, they sure don't.
Used to in the old days, you were playing at home.
Yeah.
That'd been at least a foot short.
Exactly.
Been at least a foot short if they'd measured it.
Time is marching on. 5 minutes, 55 seconds. You're in between. Do you save those timeouts for if they do score? Or do you try to save the timeouts and have it on the front end with the time?
Yeah, I still save it right now. But if we hold them a couple of downs, you about have to use them.
Another snap. Oh, he is hit and met hard in the backfield. Kevin Keaton up on the tackle, met him hard. Cougars pursuing it.
You know, thing about us, Chris, and time is a lot of it. Some of it has to do also with, you know, quarterback running over the sidelines get to play each time. You know, if you got a player running in, you can get them right in there and get the play called. So we've got to consider down to 5 minutes now, and it's 2nd and 8.
This is the first game that William LeMaster has missed in 15 years.
Wow.
Can't be able to make it tonight. Thinking of you, William.
Wow. That's pretty special.
Does a great job of photography. William LeMaster.
Come up.
Bloomfield is a stumbling mumble. He gets around. Now he's going to be dropped.
Good job, guys.
Stringing that ball out.
And he got out of bounds. Stop the clock, too.
Stop the clock. Loss on a play. And if you're Lewis County, you kind of say, why do you go away from what was going and you string something out? And what was working there. Now you put yourself in a 3rd and long situation.
Good defensive play there.
Brent Potter. Brent Potter. Stop.
4:46. 3rd and 10. 4th quarter. Full moon. Bloomfield in the shotgun. He's going to look to pass. Now he's going to look to keep it. And he does. And he is dropped. At about
4th and 2.
4th and 2. Play right here is going to be the play of the game, Perry.
Yes, it will be, because we're not going to get the either way.
4th and goal.
You know, either way, we'll get the ball. You know, at the 1 yard line, or we're going to get it under 4 minutes. Well, timeout. They called it early.
Well, I'm telling you what.
Which is a little surprising that they called the timeout without the clock running down.
I'm surprised as well. But if you're Lewis County, I think it's got to be a direct snap back to your Hoss and let him work. And that would be my play call.
Number 1, whichever.
I think I may stick with number 10, McCray, the other number 8, Alex Russell, the bigger back that they put there, getting up downfield. That was the success to get the football down the field for Lewis County. You probably think if you're a Lewis County fan, that's what they're going to try to do here and say, get me 2 yards and win this football game. Good time to thank once again our sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Juniper Health, Commercial Bank, Bank of the Mountains, tonight's game sponsors. Without them, I tell you what, they help support the communities that they're in.
Very much so, Chris. Very much so.
Mountain Telephone, Jonathan, all the guys and the engineers that make this possible.
Yep. We thank the support administration at Mountain Rural Telephone. Again, one of my first summer jobs, at Bernard Hill, gave me an opportunity to make some money.
On the go.
Come on, Cougars. 4th
Biggest
and 2.
play of the game right here for Morgan County. 4th down, under center. He's going to give it to the fullback. He is met. And he gets into the end zone on the second effort. Lewis County takes the lead with a 1 yard plunge, handoff there to the fullback. I'm not for sure. Was that Alex Russell? Was
4 minutes, 19 seconds to go, so we do have time, but we don't have a lot of time. It's going to depend on a lot on this kickoff, Chris, where we get the ball at.
I think it's really important that Morgan County gets a really good return.
I agree. Or they get a terrible kick like they kind of have a few times.
But you can't fool around and not field the kick either.
Right.
And if you think about the turning point in this game, it's been special teams. And Morgan County failed to down the football. They got the big pickup and scramble down the sidelines. And that's what's put us behind the 8 ball here, literally. Lewis County leads it 12-8 and a
big
very
play
important
right here.
2-point conversion.
Let's line up for a 2-point conversion.
Bloomfield's looking. He's got his man. That is intercepted.
I'm shocked. That they threw the ball.
I am absolutely shocked that they threw the ball from 3 yards out.
Lewis throws the ball on the 2-point conversion, which is a 3-yard play, and we intercept it, so the play's automatically over because it's just a 2-point conversion. But Lewis, like us, has been moving the ball on the ground pretty well, even though the score's, 12-8, but still 2 and 3 yards hadn't been terribly hard for either team to get.
Right.
It's kind of, again, that play I talked about, Chris. They're not near as blank good as they think they are.
Exactly.
Run the dang ball.
That's right.
But
run the ball. That's what I know. Alabama fans said it for years down there. Run the daggone football. But they didn't, and that sets up a situation where Morgan County scores a touchdown. You're going to win the football game, most likely.
Yep, I agree.
Special teams has been the bugaboo, I think, a little bit tonight for Morgan County. It's something the Cougars have to get better on as the season goes along.
Yeah, penalties in the first half, Chris, primarily. Penalties, fumble, interception, and and still only down 6-0, in the first half. But when you don't score, and we're not going to score a lot of points, that's been proven through 2 games. And I know, I was communicating, texting there a second ago with Greg Phillips, running back from the 70s, and he liked to run the ball, but he said you got to throw the ball some, and I agree. But if you're not prepared to throw it, and this team I don't think is, you got to pick and choose your places.
A great kick.
4 minutes, 19 seconds, 12-8 Lewis County. And there is a wobble, and he is going to.
All right.
We're going to get good field position at the 41-yard line. That's where the Cougars will take over. So here we go, Perry. You got a chance to march it down the field. You have all three of your timeouts.
First and 10.
You don't want to get behind the sticks, especially on first down. You got to stay away from the pre-snap penalties. You want to kind of methodically drive this football down the field. Ty Bowman under center. Second back through. Keaton. And tries to get outside and just really doesn't have that speed to get outside there.
Nope, not when there's 2 guys coming up in pursuit. You gotta turn the daggone thing, and again, like he's done the second half primarily, Chris, is get you 2 yards, you 3 yards versus nothing.
Three minutes, 45 seconds. Clock is rolling. 2nd and 10. No gain on the play at the Cougar 41-yard line. Bowman pitches out.
Got some blocking here.
Get upfield. He's going to look like a face mask. Well, we saw that from here.
Yep.
Flag down.
Back judge comes flying in too with the flag. I don't think he saw anything. He saw the other. He didn't see anything at all. He saw the flag being thrown. So I'm going to throw one too.
Yeah, and again, Chris, you pointed out earlier, and I think we need to talk a little bit more about it. The most likely only first female referee ever to call a football game here at Morgan County.
That's right. Jennifer Golden is her name.
So special evening there, and she just made that call. Is again the good thing I think she's done tonight.
Yeah.
I haven't noticed her a lot.
Absolutely, she made the call there. In the NFL, they've got some really good, a couple of female officials and line judges, and in the NFL, they do a superb job.
It's a good call there. Good call there, and again, she's had herself in position to make the call.
She sure did,
and she hadn't been. She hadn't been trying to get her name.
Well, that's right.
She's just been calling a football game tonight, just like anybody would. So,
very
congratulations to her, and good for the KHSAA, and good for Morgan County.
3 minutes, 18 seconds. Cougars have it at the line, 37. Bowman. We got second back through. Good job. Good surge there. Good run.
Now get the play in and let's get going. Get the play in.
Got some more defensive linemen coming up a little bit lane there. That Colin Smith, 56, looked like he's hobbled a little bit.
I don't understand what's going on.
It's taking a long time. You may have to burn a timeout here because we're going to get close to a delay of game, and that's something you don't want to do on 2nd and 7. They better hustle. They're getting close.
Good hole here.
There it is. Punch it up. Get upfield. Good. And that's going to
be a 3rd and 4.
3rd and short.
3rd and 4. But got to get the play in. We're going to be under 2 minutes when we run this play. Just, it's not a hard call to make. We know what we're going to do, and they know what we're going to do.
They spotted the football with
who's going to stop it?
2 minutes and 15 seconds. Clock rolls. There's no 2-minute warning in high school football, so this thing's going to roll.
Let's go, Cougs. Let's go, Cougs.
Bowman in the shotgun, or he's under center. He's going to pitch it out to Keaton. He gets up to the 30. He's to the 25, the 20. Man, he takes on, gets it down to the 15-yard line. That's Kevin Keaton. Once again, got a good block. Sets up Morgan County really good with under 2 minutes to play.
He did, Chris. Good blocking. He wrapped that ball up in his arms. He knew they'd be going after it and got extra, 5 yards after he got hit.
Yep.
Good run. Got the play in good here. Coach Easterling did a great job here. We're only at minute 44.
There's a give to
Good
Lee.
hole again.
He gets to the 14.
Go,
hold. 10-yard
going to call a hold over there.
Another hold is probably going to be on Morgan County.
Yeah, that's what they're going to call. I can't.
Penalties. It hurt the Cougars tonight.
Hard for me to imagine that player did hold in that situation. They essentially already passed him. But
this is going to be a tough one to sail through here, Perry, with 1:36 left to play.
Official was a lot closer to the play than I was. Ball, 22-yard line, Chris. Minute 34, clock running right now. Got a 1st and, 20?
Yeah, 1st and a long way. Clock is rolling.
We can get a 1st down, so probably
And now, timeout Lewis County, maybe.
Good for them.
Yeah, saves our timeouts. Especially with the clock rolling, Perry. Unless they had a defensive alignment issue or something like that, you want to see that clock roll if you're Lewis County.
Yeah, I guess they maybe didn't have the alignment they wanted, or maybe didn't have enough players on the field. Who knows?
I think we've had, 3 pass attempts tonight. There's been 2 interceptions. One was on a halfback pass. We did have the one completion there on the 3rd down.
Nice completion.
A very nice completion across the seam of the field. Do you kind of go back to that play where you could leak somebody out like a tight end or a slot down the seam and try to stand up and hit that guy?
I don't do it yet, Chris,
no.
because there's just, we're just not good at it. Okay,
we're not.
Therefore you take yourself out of the game. You can end the game before the game ends. And I know people say, well, you don't need to throw it on 3rd when you have to throw it, but we're not at 3rd. We're at 1st.
Cougars have it at the 22-yard line, threatening. 1:19 to play in the game. There's kick out to Kevin Keaton. He's looking to get wide.
Get
and
on
he
out
runs
now.
Out of bounds. Yeah, I didn't see a hole there. I thought he had a hole early, but he elected to kick it outside. We got 3 timeouts left, so get the yardage you can get. We can call the timeout.
True. Yeah, I think he could have cut it a little early and maybe got 5 or 6 yards, Chris. But again, his standpoint, he's probably, at this point, I need more than 5 or 6 or.
1 minute, 14 seconds left to play in the football game.
We
Morgan
got a
County trails
thriller.
at 12-8.
Got a big one here on the banks of the Caney Creek.
Bowman.
Good cut by Bowman.
He's going to leave it off there.
It wasn't a great gain, but it could have been a loss. Timeout, Cougars.
Yeah.
Carry. Bluefield on the stop. Timeout, Cougars.
A minute and 9 left to play. Timeout. We'll keep it right here, Perry, so that we don't miss any action.
Two downs to get 11 yards, Chris. Chris, I think we were talking earlier, and your son Parker, you and Christy's son Parker, is at the Union. Baseball, education, and probably some other stuff, Chris. But, practicing baseball, lifting, I'm sure,
Absolutely.
right now. Got some fall games probably lined up a little bit.
Absolutely. I think he's coming home for the first time tonight. I'm anxious to get home to see him. I have not seen him since he's left for college. Reports of God, he's having a good fall camp. He's doing well, and we're really proud of him. And also Cooper Fleming, that's down there playing as well. And new baseball coach Braxton Morris was an outstanding player at Morehead State University, and really excited. He loves Union Commonwealth University, loves the campus, and loves what he's doing there. So we're really proud of that.
Cooper Fleming's playing football there, right?
Cooper,
and baseball?
No, Cooper's baseball. He's going to pitch. He's pretty much PO right now.
And then
Connor's playing football at Union. So and Cameron Lewis is cheerleading at Union. There was movement there. Yeah, there's another pre-snap penalty, and that'll be on us. We sure did.
And Connor's redshirting probably this year in football.
Yeah, I'm not for sure, but I know he's probably going to be moved out to the tight end position. I brought him in as a wide receiver, but he's a big, strong kid. I think they're going to look to move him to tight end.
You said his weight's up to 2.25?
Probably 2.25, and 6'3", 6'4", is a real strong kid.
Yeah, he's got an opportunity.
Yeah, he does. What a great kid too. He's got a great head on his shoulders, and everybody's really happy with how they're doing at Union.
Yeah, Morehead opened up last night against Ohio Dominican, and got upset 42-40 in 3 overtimes last night at the Phil Sims Stadium.
Here we go, Ty Bowman. Gives out second back throw, and he is going to be hit at the 20-yard line. It's going to be 4th down, and this is going to be the play of the football game.
Yeah.
Timeout, Morgan County.
Looked like a nice hole, but it closed down pretty quick.
Sure did.
So what are we looking at? About 4th and 14, 15?
Yes.
So we've got our hands full here. First thing you got to do is protect the quarterback. The second thing you got to do is the wide receiver's got to get open.
Absolutely.
And then you got to be able to hit him. And you got to make sure you're past the, you can get at least a 14-yard gain.
Well, I tell you what, if you're Morgan County, drop back to pass, Perry, and you hope, if I'm a wide receiver, I'm going to run smack dab into somebody and hope to get a flag call in here and get a new set of downs with a chance to win it. Or somebody come down with it. Like I said, I think that tight end or the slot receiver going into the seam, middle of that field, if you could stand up and throw it and put it right in there, I think you've got a chance to score with a play call such as that we saw earlier in the first half.
Well, it's going to be a special win or it's going to be a tough loss, Chris, and right here it is. 4th and 13.
Bowman looks.
You got to throw it, son.
You got to throw it. He's going to be batted down. I thought he had a man early. If he would have let that one loose, he had a chance. That's going to be knocked down, and Lewis County is going to come away victorious tonight with 50 seconds left to play. They're going to get in the victory formation, and they're going to win their 2nd game in a row. After snapping a 25-game losing streak last week at West Carter, they're going to find a way to win it on the road here in West Liberty tonight.
Yeah, no question. They've earned this victory, and it's going to be theirs unless they lose it. There's nothing Morgan can do at this point.
Great second half by Kevin Keaton, I thought, running the football for Morgan County. Was able to get us the lead there early, but we couldn't capitalize, especially late.
Yeah, I think Keaton would be my offensive player of the game, Chris. I think, if it had been a team win, then I'd have probably said the offensive line, to be honest. And the offensive line's played pretty well, even though we've got 8
And Lewis
points.
County defensively has really stepped up here in the second half. And flags coming in by the back judge there, some extracurriculars.
Not sure what that was from where he was at that point of the play. You know, the neither one on the line judge, neither one of them called anything.
Offsetting penalties, a personal foul. Usually where there's one, there's two when it comes to
it's
the
the easy
personal
way out,
fouls.
isn't it?
That's right. Yeah, the old dead ball foul.
Tough loss tonight. And not one that you would hope or expect the Cougars to have at this point. But they do have some winnable games left ahead for sure on their schedule. Will they win them? You know, that's going to be up to them and the coaching staff whether they do. But they do have several winnable games left.
Bloomfield's going to take a knee. 40 seconds on the clock is running. Don't think they have to snap it again. The Don McKenzie Classic. It's going to be trophy presentation after the game. It's going to go to the Lewis County Lions. They're going to win it here tonight, 12-8 in a defensive struggle. We kind of thought that going in. We thought it was going to be low scoring, and that's exactly what's happened. 10 seconds. And that's going to be it. The Lewis County Lions win it tonight over the Morgan County Cougars by a score of 12-8. Lewis County now wins their second game in the row. Morgan County drops to 0-2. We'll take a break, and when we come back, we will talk more about this game, recap it, talk about tonight's players of the game. You've been watching Cougar football on Spree TV.
At Commercial Bank, banking has always been more than transactions. It's about people, relationships, and helping our community grow. Whether you're cashing a check, making a deposit, or opening your first account, we're here to make every visit easy and welcoming. Buying your first home is a big step. Starting a business, purchasing a vehicle, planning for your future, whatever your goals are, we'll take the time to find the lending solution that's right for you. We're local. We understand what matters most to our neighbors.
Hello, I am Howard Elam, CEO of Commercial Bank. Our greatest investment isn't in our buildings or technology, it's in people. Our team is dedicated to earning your trust through exceptional service, sound financial guidance, and genuine relationships that last for generations.
Hello, I'm Angie Howard Gillen, President of Commercial Bank. Every decision we make starts with one question: how can we better serve our customers and our community? That's the commitment we bring to work every single day.
Hi, I'm Grace Stevens. I look forward to serving you.
Hi, I'm Chris Trusty, and much like our area schools, Commercial Bank strives for excellence on and off the playing fields. Come in and let our bank team up with you.
I am Jonathan Campbell. I'm here to serve you for all your banking and lending needs.
Hi, I'm Randa Patrick.
Hi, I'm Brad LeMaster, and we here at Commercial Bank treat all of our customers just like family.
Hello, my name is Patty Gibson. I'm Senior Vice President of Commercial Bank. We are here to serve you, and I am so excited to do so.
We are here to help. We're here to listen.
We're here to serve. Commercial Bank, where friendliness prevails. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
And our MVP of the game, Aiden Bloomfield.
We both thought when he went down after he got hit, he got hit I mean, he hit hard, and it was a bad luck play. Your arms coming forward,
And presenting the Don McKenzie Kickoff Classic Trophy by Braxton Howard, AD, goes to the Lewis County Lions.
happened here, and that's another one. Lewis County won.
Folks, I'd like to thank everyone for coming out this evening. Please be safe going home.
Okay, we're back here tonight. Players of the game, defensive player of the game from Morgan County is Alex Lee, and the offensive player of the game is Braylon Puente from Lewis County, and tonight's MVP quarterback is going to be Aiden Bloomfield. And the Lewis County Lions have now won 2 games in a row after losing 25 straight games, the state's longest losing streak. They've snapped that. Now they're 2-0 to start the season in Vanceburg. The Cougars start 0-2. Perry, next week, the Cougars go on the road, long road, down south to Harlan Independent, the Green Dragons.
Yeah, should be another opportunity to pick up their first win, Chris, this year. Should be that opportunity to do it. But again, I'm sure Harlan City will feel the same way. It'll be their opportunity to get a win. Opportunity here tonight, to come away with a win for Morgan County. But again, it's just the way the way it is. Lewis County, looked at the same way, just as they should have. And Lewis County's got an opportunity now to probably win, Chris. I would say 5 or 6 legitimate games. And not that Morgan doesn't. Morgan still has a chance to win that. Will Lewis, will Morgan? It'll come down to coaching, come down to the players is what it'll come down to.
Yeah, I think Morgan County looking going forward, got to find that other playmaker on the offensive side of the football to lean on. Alex Lee and Kevin Keaton, really 100% of the offense goes through them. And kind of like in basketball, Perry, it's you have 2 scorers, you can kind of contain, but if you have 3 scorers, that third scorer is huge in sports, especially at this level. And that's something that Morgan County is going to have to try to figure out going forward. Maybe somebody inserted in there, another athlete maybe we don't know about that can shine on the practice field and get themselves in here and help out all they can. There was a tough one tonight. The Cougars had their chances. Like I say, that one play I thought was a turning point in the game. The punt, we got a good punt. We should have downed it at about the 40-yard line or 35. We go by it. We didn't down it. They pick it up, scoot down the field.
30 yards.
30 yards, and that sets up the go-ahead and winning touchdown. And I think if Morgan County has them deep, I don't think Lewis County can march it down the field like that, because some of their play calls, too, was kind of head-scratching at times. They had a lot of things that worked, and then they would kind of stub their toe as well. But, it is what it is. It's a 12-8 loss here for Morgan County. It's a tough one, but it's a long season in football, and they got a chance to win on the road and beat Harlan for the second straight time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, they do. Chris, hope Morgan learned a lot tonight. I hope the coaching staff, I'm sure they have, learned some tonight. And, they do need to be able to throw the ball some. That doesn't need probably to be their second option that you talked about, but that needs to be more of a third option than it is for sure right now. And then they've got to use that second option, and whoever that is, wherever that is, they've got to have that. So we will see. If I'm Lewis, I learned tonight that I can run my quarterback tonight. They learned, hopefully they learned that in the second half. I'm not sure they did, because they went away from it.
Right.
To end 2 when they threw the ball for a 2-point conversion there. But Cougs got some learning to do, and the second half was cleaner than the first half was. Second half was cleaner, and again, I can still see this team. Last year we got better. Last year we got better as the season went, and if this team does that, they can still win 5 or 6 games if this team does that.
And reach their goals that they want to do, is get to the playoffs and go from there. But once again, thank you, Perry Allen, for what you do. Your mind is absolutely brilliant. You're a wonderful color analyst and add so much to this broadcast. I'm so blessed to have you driving down from Lexington, your home, to come back here to your alma mater and to give back. And it's just awesome to do this together. Really appreciate you. Appreciate Frankie Spencer here on the PA tonight, all the people here in the press box. And for our sponsors, Appalachian Wireless, Bank of the Mountains, Commercial Bank, Juniper Health, and especially Jonathan Keaton, Tim and Junior on the cameras tonight.
Great team, Chris.
Mountain Telephone, it's a great team, great people. We're really proud of what they do. So until next time, we'll have the 1973 Morgan County Blue Devils will honor at a game here on September the 18th. Make sure you mark your calendars for that one. For Perry Allen and everybody at Spree TV and Mountain Telephone, I'm Chris Trusty saying so long, everybody.
Thank you all.